Yo, so I'm trying to find the draft lobby on RSO, and when I click the draft board, it ain't.
The picks are all messed up.
Yeah, where's the actual draft?
Oh, you just got to click on when you go to your homepage. Oh, sorry, like the league homepage.
Yeah.
There's a thing that says the draft room is open, and it says enter draft room right in draft notice.
Oh, I see it.
And then when you get in there, everybody's kind of worried about the draft picks because it actually shows like the default order right now.
Mm-hmm.
But once the ticker stops, remember like last year, it resets the picks to what they should be.
Okay.
So, and give me a call on Google Hangouts when you get a chance.
Well, I'm going to. I've got the YouTube Live is on already, and it's running through Google Hangouts. So I can hop on there with you in a second. Do you want to talk about the picks first real quick?
Yeah, sure. Hold on, I'm kind of responding to the Twitter chat. Do a place to look now while considering a pre-draft pick. Yeah, there's a personal view. Do we know who's going to be on this live chat?
Pretty much whoever's going to join.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that trade, by the way. You didn't notice that with Dynasty trades Shane sent us?
Yeah, I didn't see it.
Yeah, I saw it like late, and I was actually super busy, so I couldn't respond. I mean, I don't know if I would have did it, but honestly, I was like, I was kind of interested at that point. But he ended up making a trade anyway with
What's up, man?
Hola. All right.
Oh man. I got my Alvin Kamara colors on.
Nice.
Same way we start a show.
What's up, Nick?
Hey.
What's going on, buddy?
I gotta go post the links to all this shit on Reddit real quick.
Let me know when that's up so I can go upvote it for you.
Sweet. I love that there's like, I know of like 5 other people within the industry that are on Reddit. it's a weird dynamic to get on Reddit and like comment with you, Nick, on Reddit and be like, all right, this is like the only time I've ever talked to somebody I actually know. And it's weird. It weirds me out. I enjoy it, but
well, that's the one I just used for the show. I have a personal one, and I'm never gonna shout out what that is.
I used to have like my own little one, but that like Mr. Football one is such an arrogant name. But I made it as a joke. I made it as a joke when Johnny Football was a big thing in college, like back then, and I just kept it. Now I like. I don't know. It's a little arrogant for sure. At least it looks that way now.
Just a little bit.
All right. Reddit. Also
Jeff's looking all serious over there, man.
Just a dumb bitch. All right. I guess we should probably keep this PG since there's going to be a lot. I think hopefully there's going to be a decent amount of people watching. I got
all the 10-year-old children.
Well, I got like 25 registrations on the little form I sent out from people to tune in, so that's fair enough.
Well, we got 10 minutes, 45 seconds. I'm excited right now.
Dude, I absolutely love all of this negative bullcrap news that's come out about Joe Mixon today. It's killing me. It's cracking me up. I love it. I think it's amazing.
Wait, what came out about Mixon?
Oh, there's some beat reporter in Seattle was like, well, I think that Chris Carson's going to start training camp as the number one.
No, you mean Rashad
Penny.
You said Mixon. I'm like, I don't know anything about Mixon today.
Sorry, I
was immediately in Roto World. Thanks for that.
Other than the fact that Mixon lost 12 pounds.
Well, that Roto World post was just a total load of crap. That guy had no sources, no information. He was just parroting the information from the beat writers article from like 5 hours earlier. Just like, I don't know.
I'm not worried about Rashad Penny at all.
This is the time of season too where any piece of news just gets hammered into the ground, even if there's nothing to it.
Yeah.
How about the awful news about Tony? What's his name?
Dude, that's nuts.
Yeah, it fucking sucks for the Vikings.
That's terrible. It's terrible news.
Trouble news for his family. Let's forget about the Vikings for a second.
Sorry, that's a little personal for me. I'm a Vikings fan.
You're part of the family, then.
Yes.
My
parents actually live like 3 minutes from the training facility.
Oh yeah. Pretty snowy up there in Minnesota.
Yeah, that's why I left at least for a while.
Where are you at now?
I'm about an hour north of St. Louis.
Ah, okay. We gotta. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I'll say not far enough south for me. Say I had to go down to North Carolina. I said to hell with all that snow. I'm over it.
Yeah, I said the same thing.
All right, let's see. Ronnie Redwood, YouTube link there. Posted on Reddit. I'm sure that.
Are you throwing it to Dynasty, FF, or both?
Dude, I don't fuck with the regular fantasy football Reddit. That place used to be cool, and now it's like memeville. It's like a bunch of 15-year-olds.
I've actually had better luck getting karma there because I'm trying to get my account over 1,000. But
nerd. For like it has a wider audience, but that's why I like the Dynasty one better because it's still a little more focused. I guess you'd say.
I do know the auto mod on FF is just crazy.
So who's going number one here?
I don't know. What's wrong with Toast? Stupid. All right, there we go. I posted it. Now I need to go on this forum and tweet all of these little.
I feel like Saquon Barkley should fall to 2. Go District's not on yet, are they?
No.
I think it's. I heard Saquon slipping to 10.
Yeah.
I don't know. I heard everyone's.
Dude, I mean, I've heard that guy sucks.
He's overrated. No, he's overrated.
Yeah.
He's bad at football.
Yeah, if
Wayne
any of you
Gallman.
guys have a way to video capture all of this, like the audio, I can't figure out how to do it. Does YouTube Live let you like download the audio from a stream afterwards?
You could rip it using a third-party application. YouTube specifically doesn't let you do it.
So what you want to do is, I have no fucking idea. Nothing. I couldn't even do a podcast with Goat District this week.
Can you not just run? Audacity and capture the audio?
Sure. Why don't you run?
I guess you could, but it wouldn't capture my audio. It would only capture the output.
Why not?
Spotify?
You can do the input and the output as 2 separate tracks.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, one of you guys do that because I don't know how to do it.
I'm not set up to do it. Give me a sec.
All right, let me look at my YouTube channel here.
I'm with Shane here because I don't know shit about any of this either.
YouTube.
I'm not the sound guy. I just work in IT, so I have a slight idea of how it works. Hopper's the sound dude.
Fair enough.
All right, so the first thing you want to do is you go to www.youtube.com.
That's a pretty popular site, I heard.
Yeah, I got nothing after that. No, I'm sorry.
I'm just glad it didn't give us the. You have to go to https://
//
What are the picks correct on the site?
They will be when the draft starts. Apparently.
Yeah, when the draft starts.
Though, because I want to be 3rd overall. I like that.
Yeah, I was a little worried when I saw that originally.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm like 7. That's not either of my first round picks.
Damn it! Oh, I only have the 1.
Oh, okay.
All right, what do I got? 5 minutes to make some more trades. Let me go log on to this, fuckers. All right.
Yeah, I saw that trade you sent us, and I didn't even get a chance to kind of review it.
Because he had already accepted, so I didn't want to do that thing where I got to then fucking DM people like, oh, someone already accepted the trade. Sorry. So I immediately went in and just revoked them.
No worries. I think you got a good deal regardless.
Yeah, it is what it is. We'll see what it is next year. I've been getting out on the Tyreek Hill where I own him.
Who'd you make that trade with?
I got this sneaky feeling that Sammy is going to end up having a year that is perfectly worthwhile. Tyreek's going to have a perfectly worthwhile year, but what's going to happen is Tyreek is not going to do what he did last year, and Sammy's going to way overperform expectations. I'm in the same boat as you. I actually own
basically running with a rookie quarterback. Come on.
Yeah. Well, I think my point is that I'm with Shane. I'm trying to sell high on Tyreek right now, and if I can buy low on Sammy, I feel like it's a good investment.
Buy low on Sammy, but I have no faith in Sammy Watkins. Period.
Yeah, you're a documented Sammy Watkins hater. You always have been.
What's the matter with you?
I'm in the same camp, actually.
Sammy is great. Get Sammy the targets. That's all it takes. Get him some fucking targets, and he's a wide receiver, at least 2 this year.
I will tell you this, though. Sammy Watkins playing – I know Pat Mahomes is a second-year quarterback, but they're going to be running that gunslinger vertical offense with him. That's all he does. He does that very well. So maybe it will be good for Sammy. I just don't think he's consistent enough. I wouldn't buy him myself.
I don't think he's been targeted consistently enough. I mean, since he was healthy last year for the first time in
a long time, a couple of years anyway.
Yeah. So and he didn't
seen any work.
But that kind of worries me too, though. When you're a wide receiver 1, which you should be commanding targets, and he just for some reason he doesn't. I don't know if it's.
I'd blame Goff more than him last year because there's times he was running free and Goff is just fucking it's the same play every time. It's in my head is the play that Goff threw to the wrong shoulder in the San Francisco game.
Mm-hmm.
Just I know he did that a few times. He was just terrible targeting him last year for whatever reason.
Goff is the greatest quarterback to ever play football, period.
He's not even the greatest quarterback out of that class.
He's not even the best quarterback on his team.
Who else is on? Who is their backup?
Sean Mannion.
McVay. They just throw McVay in there.
John Mannion, Oregon State, man. I liked him at college, but not so much in the NFL.
Oh, you could be a late bloomer like Case Keenum.
There you go.
Good old
guys.
Case.
Hey,
Good old
guys,
Case.
I'm not. 3 minutes is not going to be enough time for me to figure out how to make this work for you guys. You're probably just going to have to rip the audio after the fact.
What does anyone have a tape recorder?
Has anyone used, this is my first time using YouTube Live, so just, do you guys know, is there a way to go back and like watch the video again?
Yeah, it saves as a video.
Ah, we're good. Don't worry about it. I can take all that. I can do all that afterwards. I just didn't know if it did that or not.
Yeah, like the live draft thing we did for the round 1 of the draft is still up, still getting views for some reason 3 months later.
That's amazing.
Look, man, people watch weird shit on YouTube.
Is there, Eric, do you know if there's a way to email the league, like as a whole on RSL?
Yeah, there is a way. You can go to the communication tab and just put like out a message, and it will message everybody through email as well.
Okay.
So if you go to, go to messages and just put a message in there.
We got to really figure out who we're going to take with our 2 and 3 pick, man.
What do you got? The 1, 2, and the 1, 3?
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Yeah, I know. It's such a mystery.
I mean, yeah, I've been.
How awesome would it be if we really did like total curveball and we went like Michelle Chubb?
I like it. I like it.
I'd be slightly mixed feelings about that.
Go Rojo. Everybody loves Rojo. He's great. He's going to get a ton of volume.
Or what's his name? Barber. It's Tiki Barber. Jesus.
We're going DJ Chark 1-2.
I like it. Be bold.
Be bold, man. That's what it is.
Go home.
50% of these draft picks aren't going to hit anyway, so fuck it. Just start throwing stabs in the first round.
All right, communication.
Oh, yeah, 46 seconds.
I don't know where the communication tab is.
No, it's messages. Go to right at the top. Ronnie's still learning English. It
has nothing to do with English. This is all about technology.
It's frustrations that I'm dealing with on a day-to-day basis, but we'll get there.
Man, this doesn't give you a lot of time to trade. Jesus. Oh, my starting lineup has unfilled positions. Oh, Jesus.
Does it? Oh, it's because you haven't set your lineup yet.
Well, because I just traded.
Eric, are we working with the spreadsheet, like the overall one?
I shared with you. If you go to your Gmail, I shared with you our list.
Okay.
Which I'll do all the I'll cross players off. That way, it's kind of clear to you what's going on.
Oh shit! Someone's on the clock.
Goat District is on the clock.
I'm so excited. This is.
I guarantee you that somebody isn't going to be there to make their pick.
Well, we're on the clock now.
Looks like everyone's in.
Eric, go Penny just because middle finger down.
Goat District wasn't, but they looks like they had a board set up.
Oh, because they weren't logged in.
Are we streaming live?
Yeah,
we're live streaming. If you go on YouTube right now.
All right, 101.
Penny and guys, boom.
Like it.
Do you have a link to share?
Yeah, it's on Twitter.
Yeah, you got tagged in it on Twitter.
Oh, here we go.
Notifications.
Devin, is it you that lives really close by Ronnie?
There we go.
No.
I hope Goat can get in here so we can make sure he doesn't mess up any of his future picks here.
Yeah, he was in the Twitter chat, and then...
Man, none of you guys have commented on my haircut. I feel like I look so good now.
I didn't see it before.
I'm just trying to distract whoever's picking right now.
I don't think well enough to know when
Look at how beautiful I am.
5 minutes, right? Draft room.
I advertised. I was like, we're gonna have 20 experts on this live hangout. We got 5.
Is that different than any other hangout we've done?
I mean, you had real high expectations if you thought all 3 of us were going to be here.
Man, Saquon. Hurts not
to
get him in.
So have you guys seen a lot of variation in other rookie drafts with the 2 and the 3? I feel like...
No, two's been Geis. 3 has been a total crapshoot.
Yeah.
I've seen Penny, Geis go the top, like in some order, in the top 3 in every draft I've been in. I think.
I've seen Penny go as low as 7 and 10 in 2 of my drafts.
I remember
Really?
picking that up about one draft. It was like nuts to me.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
even
I
like
haven't
Penny,
seen
but I
that.
took him at 10.
Well, it's funny because like I'm a Seahawks fan. I've been watching them forever. Well, for better part of a decade, and they this whole like Chris Carson thing. It's like, dude, he played 4 games. He's an undrafted free agent, and if you look, you go back, you got like Christine Michael, you've got Mike Davis, you got CJ Prozis, you got Thomas Rawls, you got Chris Carson last year. Pete Carroll will make whatever running backs the future backs look way better than they actually are. Ain't no way that guy's putting a first-round pick, top 20 pick into a player that he's not going to feature and just force feed the ball. I do think that this year, though, Chris Carson's going to play a lot. But long-term, like over the next 5 years, I would be willing to bet you that Penny sees 80% of the touches out of that backfield over the next 5 years. Unless he just sucks, and then he won't, but I doubt it.
Yeah, I can't see Carson having too much of a role. I mean, the guy's going to be a backup. That's what he's going to be. People want to buy in on him. Like, fuck it, go for it.
People are worried about Penny's blocking too, and I think that his blocking deficiencies are really overrated. But at the same time, Chris Carson's blocking abilities is also overrated as well.
Man, San Diego State did not run formations with Penny blocking for the quarterback anyway, so he blocked very few times. So.
Well, the times he did, it was
apparently awful.
But if you're not blocking all the time, and it's not something that's you're practicing on day to day, it's different. I think in the NFL, that's going to be something he's working on all the time.
Yeah, it's going to be a learning curve for him. I don't expect him to come out week 1 and be a pass blocking savant, but a lagging problem.
No, a login problem. Someone's in the Twitter chat having a problem.
Let me see what's going on.
Well,
sounds like they should have checked before we started.
Sounds like a personal problem.
Man, come on, Outlaw.
Jesus.
Well, I'll use some more of the clock then to give him a minute or two.
Is that Memphis?
Yeah.
Classic.
Come on, you got to prepare for these things, all right?
I'm gonna go get a Miller Lite. I'll be back.
Ronnie, you might have to pause the draft if while I'm trying to get him logged in.
I'll stall as long as I can on my pick here.
All right,
I got
thanks.
2
We do have
picks
5
back.
minutes.
I can stall too.
Yeah, we
I'm
have
gonna get a beer too.
yeah, JJ and I have the next 4 picks, so we can stall for 15 minutes if we have to.
Oh, seriously, you do?
It's really compelling audio.
Under the helmet, beer fueled. Jesus Christ.
Who are you taking? Not that it matters.
I'm gonna grab Freeman.
Anybody want a beer?
Yes.
Oh, and I didn't see who sent the offer, but whoever offered me Kelsey, I'm not interested in that offer. Thanks though.
That was me.
Miller Lights, just down here left over from a party.
Yeah, we got Henry and Njoku already. I don't really want to pick up Kelsey on top of it and have to kick out value that I could use somewhere else.
No, that makes sense. Hunter's never going to play again, though, from what I heard.
They just took his leg, all of it.
Yeah.
That cat is
Really
huge.
sad. They gave it to Antonio Gates.
Yeah,
That's not a funny joke. That's not a funny joke at all.
Yeah, that's the Shaquille O'Neal of cats behind me.
Wait, what is there?
That thing's got to weigh like 40
Dude, is that a
pounds.
cat or like a Mancoon? What is that?
Oh man, dude, I love fat cats. I'm not gonna. It's not a meme thing. Yeah, just something about obese cats is like it's my favorite pet.
That's a really weird fetishry to have, Ronnie.
Yeah.
It doesn't turn me
Hates
on.
fat dogs,
It just
though. Absolutely
I find it
hates them.
adorable.
Hey, do we have Memphis's email? Does anybody have that?
You want to pause the draft real quick?
No. Don't worry about that because everybody's taking their time with their picks.
Yeah, we've
I
got
thought he was on the clock. That's
Yeah, I'm gonna draft with about 20 seconds left on the clock here.
cool.
No, that's not him. Randy, what is your real goddamn name? Randy's your real name. That's right.
Yeah, Randy.
Dumbass. What email do you use? No.
All right, so first 5: Barkley, Penny, Geis, Chubb, Freeman.
Yep.
It's a good pick. Royce Freeman would have been my number 4, personally.
Chubb would have been my pick if he'd fallen to 5, but Freeman's my fine backup.
Fair.
I like Freeman.
We're still waiting a few minutes.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys are looking for great running backs, sarcastically, you can just wait till next year.
Start buying those 2020 picks now if you're going to punt for 2 years.
Yeah. I'm excited about the 2020 draft for running backs. That's for sure.
Oh, I was
19
saying,
should-
if you're
19
joking,
should
the
be great.
2020
Jonathan
class is
Taylor, man.
Yeah,
19
Jonathan
should-
Taylor is amazing. He's been one of my favorite players.
Cam Akers is no slouch either.
Yep, that's true.
Yeah, 2019 should be fun for wide receiver and at least 1 or 2 tight end prospects.
Absolutely.
It's the
Yeah.
wide receiver class is what's.
I
We're
think
gonna see a
the
complete-
quarterback class next year is pretty good as well.
Is,
Will Greer, baby.
Well,
you
we'll
and
see.
I, Eric, you and I are in the minority in that opinion right now. I think that the class, nobody really knows a lot about anyone past like the top 3, but like that kid from NC State looks really good. There's that dude from North Dakota State looks. There's a lot of guys.
Justin Herbert from Oregon is my favorite by far.
I think right now, looking at that quarterback class, my opinion is that it has the ability to end up being a very good class, but there is probably 70% of the people I'm thinking about need to prove it this year. Otherwise, it could be really mediocre.
I mean, and that's the case with quarterback classes almost all the time because you'll see guys develop in their last season before they declare. So it's the last season will shape it up, but there's nobody who super jumps off the page to me already.
Yeah, there's no like Andrew Luck style, like the guy's going to be a top pick,
or even like the Winston Mariota class or anything like that, where there's like guys that we've already tagged as these are going in the first round.
I think that Royce Freeman could very well end up being the highest scoring running back out of this class this year. It's my take anyway. Thanks,
Over Barkley?
Yeah.
Barkley?
I would never put money on that, but if I had to pick one of the guys in this class that's not Saquon Barkley, I'd pick Freeman. I don't think long term, but I think this year he should be a 3-down back in Denver.
Yeah, my money would be on Freeman or Geis for the number 2 scoring back this year.
Watch it end up being like Ito Smith.
Oh, I'm fine with that too. I have way too many shares of Ito Smith.
Yeah, it's going to be Jalen Wilkins.
Or Todd Gurley is going to break his ankle.
And it's John Kelly.
No,
Don't you put that kind of juju on Gurley.
Let's go. No, I would never wish injury on a player.
Cost me so much money if he dies.
I got Randy an invite. Finally sent me his email, so we should have him in here for a couple of minutes, hopefully.
All right. I can wait a second. I got 2 back-to-back. We can wait till he logs in if that's all right.
Yeah, that's fine.
Hey, so on the live stream, are any of you looking at it? I'm curious if it's stuck on my draft board page or if it's showing each of us when we talk and then going back to that.
I don't know actually. I'm looking at Google Hangouts.
I'll jump on real quick. Hold on. Someone let me know when I have like less than a minute left on the clock.
Will do.
No.
Oh, you got to pick right now.
You got 1:20.
So what is it? Does it just take the
You have
highest
to
ADP?
sign up with like an email address. It looks like.
To view it?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Let me go fix that.
We don't want people to
Aren't you
email.
just doing it on YouTube Live?
Yeah.
Check it there. Give me a sec.
It is just showing the draft board, just FYI.
Okay.
And it's got our heads at the bottom.
Yeah, that's fun. Are they talking or moving or no?
All right. That took Michelle. I can wait a couple minutes again on.
Yeah. We can stall for another 4 picks. Hopefully, that's enough time for him to get on. If not, that's kind of on him at that point.
Right.
Yeah, I mean he's got plenty of time. So
yeah, if he doesn't get in here at the end of the by his pick, maybe he'll end up with Kalen Balazs.
That's good. I like that.
And he'll end up being the number 1 running back after Saquon.
He better not. I've been trashing him for months.
Yeah, he ain't gonna get past any of the guys in front of him.
I like Kalen Balazs, but I think he is like basement level, ground level. Like he has so much to learn and so much to work on before he's ever a legitimate threat in the NFL.
So he's Andre Williams.
Yeah, more athletic, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
He's like a track star. That's all he is.
Mm.
A big, giant track star who with good hands, but doesn't know how to make reads.
Yeah.
So now we're talking about Robert Woods.
6 of his 11 touchdowns came in one game last year. Was that what it was?
All right, no,
Yeah.
it was eight of his 32
8
career
touchdowns.
touchdowns, I think, were in one game.
Was it 8? I thought it was
Yeah.
6. That's crazy.
It was 8 against Texas Tech, where they just kept running him out of the Wildcat in the red zone over and over and over again.
Yeah. He's still not in. What the hell, man?
But is
I
he
know.
logging into the correct league?
These old people trying to log into things. You know?
First share of Sony Michelle I've gotten this year.
I thought I'd get him there at the end of the second. That was a joke. It's okay, you can laugh.
I laughed. It wasn't that funny, but I laughed anyway.
It's just crazy. Like Sony Michelle, everybody talked about how pre-draft he could be
Hey, what
from
is-
like early first to late second.
Who's on the clock? You know that you're
I
taking
am.
DJ Moore.
I'm on the clock.
Ah, motherfuck. What did I just close?
I don't know. What did you just close?
I don't know.
Not taking DJ Moore.
You guys are still here, so it wasn't that.
I like this reality sports online too, by the way.
It's funny. I think that a lot of people have been turned off by reality sports online because how regimented they are for setting up leagues. But once you get the league set up, it is, in my opinion, the best platform to play on.
Especially for salary cap leagues. It's
Mhm.
no brainer.
Well, I mean, my fantasy league is similar. I mean, it's easier for commissioners. I get it, but like if you're setting up a complicated league on my fantasy league and you've never done that before, it's not easy. I mean, it takes a lot of time and effort. It does.
I think what I meant, I guess, to clarify is less that it's complicated in order, so it's actually easier, but they don't give you flexibility. Like you have to start the league their way, or you don't start the league. Like for us, for example, we had to do the offline draft through MFL and import everything. I don't know if they're ever going to change that. Eric and I keep pestering them about it, so we'll definitely see. But those guys are awesome. They're super nice. We talk with them pretty regularly.
Cool.
And the site's amazing, and they're updating a bunch of new stuff next year too. So
that's cool.
The best part though is actually the free agency room is sick, especially in the off season. You have like a free agency like the NFL.
If you guys have an extra spot on your roster after the draft, it's going to be you're automatically taken to an auction style free agency. I think all of our teams will be filled up, but
cool deal.
Randy's having weird issues. I don't know how to fix it.
Can the commissioner make the pick for him?
Yeah, we can. You just can't follow is the problem.
Hey, who had Kelsey that was on the block?
That was me.
How many year contract you have him for?
36.
36 year.
Yeah.
Seems like a long contract.
That seems like a long contract.
Is it too long? I don't know. It's my first contract league, really. So I just
a league with a bunch of idiots.
Dynasty
Yeah, this is my first contract league too, so this is definitely going to be an interesting learning experience.
Nah, I did one, but I only
All right,
played
I
one
got 30
season.
seconds left. You guys want me to go? We still waiting.
Take the pick.
Yeah.
Pick. I'll keep going.
All right, carry on, Johnson.
So what's the appeal to Kerryon Johnson? Like, what is really like his range of outcomes? Like, how many realistic rushing attempts can he really get in Detroit?
I think he
this year not
You're drafting him for next year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay. I mean, I don't hate that. I don't. It's rare that I draft.
I mean, he's going to have to work really hard to take over Amir Abdullah's spot. But
I think he's going to have to work hard to take over Theo Riddick. Like, I don't see how he's going to.
I don't have to work hard.
He's not ever going to take over Riddick as long as he's there. He's their Duke Johnson.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, and that's like the most valuable role in that offense is Theo Riddick. So like, that's just what I haven't really seen.
If Kerryon gets all the other work, that would be more valuable than what Theo does. But Theo's been the safest, like most consistent role.
Oh yeah, and he's still
He was
undervalued every year. He's undervalued every single year, though. It's amazing to me. Absolutely amazing.
He was undervalued. He was underused last year.
He was also hurt, wasn't he?
Yeah, for I think a game or so. Like he got banged up a little bit, but
He's always hurt though. He's always got some type of wrist issue going on.
Yeah.
they have a fetish for starting drives 2nd and 9. So
Well, the Lions just pass the ball so much. They just pass. I mean, I don't know. It's hard for me to ever like any running back for the Lions.
I don't know where
they haven't had a 100-yard rusher in like 20 years.
Yeah. Well, they also haven't had any good rushers since that one guy.
Oh, him. Barry Sanders?
Yeah, I think him.
Yeah,
Was that his name?
I was gonna say Javed Best, but
I still
what
believe.
a sad story, Job
Well,
at best.
could've been.
Man.
That's
If he could
actually
have stayed healthy.
Thanks for bringing the mood down.
Wow, Jesus. You want to just talk about David Wilson next?
Oh, jeez.
we already brought up it was Andre Williams, so let's
Yeah, it doesn't get any sadder than that.
that dead running back carousel.
I don't know how you tell on the site how many years you got a guy signed to.
why is it so hard for people to know that we're on RSO for this draft? We've only been saying it for a month.
Who's
That's what I was
asking?
wondering. It's like,
That's funny.
It's really not people. It's just Goat District.
it's a person.
I think Randy said he's in, so I don't see him yet. But
Kalen Balazs
Do
is
we
still
just want
available.
to pause when their pick comes up? Do we want to just roll through this, and when they come up, we'll pause it and bullshit around?
What I hope is that we have a bunch of people watching right now, and this whole thing was advertised as like, watch the expert analysts do their draft.
We can't
And these
even.
people are like, these guys are a bunch of dumbasses. They don't even know how to use them.
this is
These
the
idiots.
dumbass league, basically.
This dude doesn't know how to use Google. What the hell?
Still requiring you to sign in to watch on that link.
Oh.
I don't know. I just was telling my mother that I'm gonna have a baby, so I didn't even think I was gonna be here. So
You're pregnant?
I close. I thought I was. I've been farty and burpy for the last like 3 years, but ended up that wasn't a baby. I just drink too much beer.
You know, it's
Wow.
funny. Last year I partied a lot and drank a lot of beer and so forth. And I just haven't this year. And I've lost like 35 pounds in
It's
the last
funny how
6
that
months. It's
I know.
nuts.
Like, one of my friends quit drinking pop, and he lost like 25 pounds. And I was
Yeah.
like, I got to start drinking pop so I can lose some weight because I don't drink pop. So
Joel, where are you originally from? I haven't heard people call it pop before.
People
pop.
from the Midwest do that.
Yeah.
That's it.
I was about to say
Yeah.
Chicago.
I'm from
That was the
West
thing in
Virginia.
Colorado.
All right.
Yeah.
Northern Midwest does definitely, but if you get down by St. Louis here, it already turns into soda.
That's a
Yes.
weird thing to
Soda-
call it.
I mean, it's soda pop is what it's called.
It's just soda, you freaks of nature.
It's actually really what I hear people call it more than anything is soft drinks. That's really the thing I hear more than anything.
I don't know. I don't drink. The only time I drink soda is if I drink it with Jack Daniels.
Yeah, I mean, I don't drink soda. I drink pop, but
This would be the argument to end all arguments.
And we're back. Can we get a Twitter poll on this? Is it soda, pop, Coke, or Pepsi?
That needs
Oh.
to be in.
well, no,
Come
that's
on.
no, but Coke or Pepsi.
It's
or-
definitely
You
not
can't
Pepsi.
call everything a Coke. That's,
Yeah.
Go to the
Like,
south. They
Go,
do.
yeah, go anywhere around Atlanta.
I live in Atlanta,
Well,
man.
okay. If you're using Atlanta as the justification for an argument, that's not a very solid argument. I'm just saying.
All right, running backs are gone.
And Goat District is in, so we don't have to worry about it anymore.
Perfect.
Running backs are gone, except for Kalen Balazs is still clearly there.
Oh, so I can draft? I'm allowed to
I
draft?
stand by what I said.
Mhm.
All right. Well,
Exactly.
then I'm going to get a draft DJ Moore.
It's probably a good idea there.
Oh, it was-
It's good because you got Cam Newton throwing the ball 25 feet over his head every time.
That's why we took Devin Funches.
Hey, did you guys see LT? Hey, you guys be careful. Cam Newton is a sleeper for LT this year, so he might have a breakout
Well,
season.
I will say North Turner, I think, will be a really good impression on him. I'm excited to see that offense.
No, I actually really do think that's going to
Shane,
be
Go
interesting.
check your stuff out.
As a Vikings fan, I'm not sure North Turner is going to help him very much. He
Yeah,
was pretty
well-
bad when he was here.
North Turner might just retire again after week 2 or at halftime of the first game. Who fucking knows?
Halftime of the first game. I would
Yeah.
appreciate that if he. I'd respect the hell out of it if he did. Wait to get that paycheck. Like 2
Every
quarters
time
in,
you-
he's like,
Who's the
Yeah.
Falcons coach who just quit with a note?
Oh,
Dimitrov or whatever?
Quit with a note.
No,
I thought it was Bobby
no.
Petrino.
It was
Petrino.
Petrino.
Bobby
Oh.
Petrino.
Yeah,
that's right. That makes
He
more
left-
sense.
left
Then he
everybody
went
like,
back to
I'm
he
out.
went back to college and then dumped his
Dumped his-
intern girlfriend.
Oh, okay. That's
off
what I
the
thought you were
back
going
of
to
his
say.
motorcycle.
Go
Okay.
check
While he
out.
was married. Whoops.
That's crazy.
Gotcha. You never, when somebody's talking about Petrino dumping something, you're never sure where they're going with that conversation. So
Yeah, he got into the motorcycle accident with her.
yeah,
right?
with his mistress on the back. It was
Yeah,
like
that
an
guy's a
intern.
fucking scumbag.
was that the Perkins waitress?
No, that was Rick Pitino.
Oh, that was Rick
Also-
Pitino. Yeah, just kidding.
Also Louisville.
Also, huge scumbag.
Oh yeah, Rick Pitino's done a bunch of shit.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of there. That's what I was talking about.
Yeah, Rick Pitino's a scum fucking bag.
Have you guys seen the court, what's it called? Whenever they type it up, what's in court.
The
script.
indictment.
Yeah,
Order.
of like what he says. If you don't, I really suggest you go and read it sometime because you can't write comedy like that. It is amazing. I mean, it really is amazing.
Wait, what was this? I didn't hear the first part of that.
Just Rick Pitino's his deposition. That's what it is.
Oh, okay.
From court when he talks. Yeah, I mean, it's amazing. Talks about. It's just utterly amazing.
He's a piece of shit.
Oh, huge piece of shit. The biggest piece of shit.
I'm a UConn Husky fan, so I hated Louisville for a long time, especially for basketball reasons.
Well, I mean, I'm a big WVU fan, and I liked having Louisville as a rival for a while. But I mean, when you play against scumbags for so long, you eventually just want to play somebody else.
Yeah, we just have a trade.
We got another trade.
We had a trade.
Boom. I like that I don't have to approve trades in this league. That makes me feel better.
Oh, you didn't?
No, it's instant approval. So we trust the brains in this league. We do a little too much.
Shutting. Oh.
What was the trade? Just so maybe we can announce that for everybody.
Wow. So
I sent ClickGeek sent 110 and a 2019 first to Dynasty Trades for Travis Kelce.
That's me.
Nice.
So right before that, Tyreek Hill went.
Yes.
2019 first in the 109.
Yeah, I saw that one earlier. That was a good one.
Wow. So Travis Kelce, basically the exact same value as Tyreek Hill for those trades.
When you're starting tight ends Austin Hooper, enhanced value.
Oh, look at that! They didn't even give me a new clock. Jesus, that's fucked up. It's a good thing that trade.
Are we saying, Jeff, that Steve Sarkisian is not going to get 100% out of Austin Hooper this year?
I'm saying Steve Sarkisian couldn't get 100% out of anybody, including Peyton Manning.
The guy literally coached himself.
How many days did he spend at Alabama last year?
What did you say?
Like a month, right? How many days did he spend at Alabama last year?
You said how many dick pics?
It was like 48 days.
No, yeah, it wasn't. Was it even a month?
I don't think so. I think it was about a month, but it was it was brief. To say the
He
least.
couldn't hold Nick Saban's nutsack right now if he wanted to.
Nice.
He would not be allowed to.
Actually,
They
took
would
the number
say,
2.
"I'm sorry, sir, you are not qualified."
That's what Butch Jones's job is now.
That is Butch Jones is his bitch. It is the funniest thing. Did you guys see where he was like out recruiting? Nick Saban was out recruiting, and Butch Jones was just washing Nick Saban's car.
Exactly.
That's what he was doing.
He was shining it on. He had the turtlenecks and everything.
That's not even a joke. Like that's what he was actually doing. Like
Butch Jones is a disgrace to all coaches of all time, and what's worse is Derek Dooley, who preceded him, is an even bigger disgrace. Tennessee is a pretty awesome place for football recently.
in Tennessee, WVU plays Tennessee the first game of the season, and Tennessee fans have just been going in on WVU. Just
dude,
like,
we're relentless. Eric and Mark, Tennessee fans, we don't care how bad we're going to be. We're still going to talk a lot of trash. We're going to be really polite about it.
I'm going to be. I'm
last time
going
you guys won a divisional game. Like, when's the last time? Like,
it's been like I don't know, a year and a half.
Coach Butch Jones thought it was like golf, where the lower score wins, and just screwed everything up.
I'll tell you what, though, I'm gonna try to get to that West Virginia Tennessee game to start the season. It's here in Charlotte, so
yeah, that'll be a good one. It's WVU always travels well.
I think Will Greer will destroy us, but I think it'll be fun.
That's what I'm hoping.
He's done it every time he's played us.
Yeah. I think I honestly think he's going to be a Heisman type of guy at the end of the year.
Well, he cut his hair right, so people are very weary now whether or not he's good now that he cut his hair. Yeah.
Now he gets a couple extra yards on the deep ball now.
Mm-hmm. Oh well, no. Now they're saying that his hair is where he got his strength. So so now they cut it all off. It's like Samson.
Well,
like he can even throw the ball far.
The ball goes deeper, but the accuracy falls off.
Yeah, exactly.
He's basically Josh Allen.
Exactly. I'll be right back, guys.
All right.
Don't come back.
Don't come back.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's rude.
That's kind of mean. Jesus.
That wasn't mean. That was very dark.
Yeah, stay out of here.
I mean, have another beer, Ronnie. Calm down.
Hey Shane, you have 3 firsts next year?
Nah, just 2 because I had to trade it one during the startup.
Jordan, don't you have 3 firsts next year?
I got 2 firsts next year and 2 firsts in 2020.
Oh, okay, that's right.
Nice.
That's pretty nice.
Nice.
I got 2 firsts and 2 seconds next year.
That's not bad.
First in 2020.
Yeah.
So you guys are drafting running backs, right?
Who's that? Me?
Next year?
Next year.
Bryce Love, man. Bryce Love and David Montgomery.
I'm so
Bryce
proud of
Love,
myself. All right, we got a good draft board now.
I'm kidding.
Come on, Goat, make your pick.
Is he in here?
I'm not sure he's in the chat. I see Nathan. Is that him?
Yeah, can you guys see me?
Yeah.
Well,
Yay!
Hey,
Hey.
sorry, guys.
Hey, Nathan.
I have a little.
Why are you in a garage?
I'm
Where
in
he
a garage.
lives.
I got booted out here. So if you guys, I'm trying to make my pick here, but gosh, man, I had this on my phone and I'm trying to put this on the computer to do it. And I had it ready to go, but now it just keeps redirecting me back to the homepage here.
oh, you still can't log in? Is Randy in? Someone's in.
I'm in. Hold on. Let me see if I can do this and drive this to my phone then. I'm just trying to make our first pick.
You already made your first pick. Did you guys put like a pre-draft together?
Oh, maybe. Yeah, because I came in late.
No,
You
man.
guys took the pick.
The system knows it's Saquon. You don't even have to put that pick in. It just does it.
It was obvious.
Like you don't even get the chance to pick something else as like a joke.
No.
No, it just logs you off when you
shouldn't have
try
to.
that. Yeah.
Well, you guys you took Christian Kirk, right?
Yeah, so I'm telling the guys. I guess they're in there for me. I'm just trying to get caught up here. I
Okay.
told them we can do a decision, so we should have our pick in right now. We should be okay.
All right, cool. Yeah, you picked Christian Kirk, so it's
Perfect.
actually Kalen Balaj.
Perfect.
You guys took Josh Adams.
There you go.
Sleeper pick. I love it.
Love
Deal.
Josh Adams.
Seal.
Oh, add in this queue. I like their draft room. Their draft room's pretty good.
Yeah.
RSO is telling y'all, man. Y'all gonna be RSO truthers for life now.
How come the players that have been drafted don't come out of the available players list?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they
It'll
do.
be after the draft. Yeah,
I don't-
We got to re-update it. Something.
I don't see them.
Yeah, I'm looking at my available players list, and they're coming off.
Yeah, I don't see that. I
Mine
don't
were.
see them.
The re-up it.
Calvin Ridley off the board.
Yeah, there might be a lag on some of your systems or something, but he's coming off.
Where?
They're coming off mine.
Yeah, I just had to reload it. It came off.
Oh, okay.
That's a pretty stock first round, huh? No real surprises in terms of who's there.
Now's where it gets fun.
Nah.
Calvin Ridley at 12.
Mm-hmm.
God, those running backs just drop off. It goes from carry on to absolutely dart
Yeah,
throws.
It's a top 8 or bust this year at running back.
Oh yeah.
Like I don't ever remember that cliff. It's like starter to maybe a third down back.
Maybe at best. That's who I would have taken at the end of the first, Michael Gallup. I like that pick.
Yeah, like Gallup.
Yeah, I was debating him and one other guy, but I think Gallup's probably safer of the two.
Just such a bad receiving core in Dallas right now. I mean, there's going to be targets.
And his route running and positioning is awesome, so I think he's going to get something.
Oh yeah, he's I think the technically most proficient receiver in the whole class. DJ Moore might be my favorite route runner, but I think Gallup is right there too. And Deshaun Hamilton, I like that kid too.
Pettis is off.
202.
See ya.
So Joel, you're randomly Ronnie's neighbor, right?
He was. I just moved. Not
Yeah.
anymore. Not anymore, sucker. I found out he lived right by me, and I was like, I'm out of here.
That was the reason.
Yeah. We're going to get when we go to get lunch this week, let's go to Taco Mac because I can get us a discount there.
Wow.
Fresh VIP life, baby.
Hey man, I'm down with that. You know, I love me some Taco Mac. I love me some wings.
Kalen Balaj.
I forgot that we have
board.
Terrell Pryor on our team. I'm looking at our roster right now. It's disgusting.
Terrell Pryor, wide receiver 1 in all formats.
Yeah, looking at my running back core prior to the rookie draft is like, oh god, what is this? Anthony Miller, James Washington.
Pretty much what I expected to go there.
Yeah, this has gone pretty close to chalk.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping Miller would have fallen to me there, but oh well. Well, apparently I need a tight end now. Kind of draft Gesicki.
Okay, now this is the first pick that actually kind of tough for me.
Yeah, we're officially outside of the chalk top 15.
Lodge.
We'll see.
Excuse me.
I'm so confident right now. I know Beerfield's taking Jordan Wilkins right here, so.
You're funny.
Eric, I got an idea for our pick if they're there. So let me text you.
Yeah,
just say it. Just say it here. No one will listen.
Well, we've got back to back, so
yeah.
It's a nice life we live.
It is.
Well, I don't love this, but this is when it starts to get kind of be a little dart throwy. So,
Naheem Hines, I like it.
Never mind.
Legit track star. Yeah.
Legitimately, never mind. That's who I was going to text you about.
Well,
crap.
Sorry.
There's.
All right, Ronnie.
Right, are we on the clock or something?
You are.
Yeah, we're on the clock,
You are.
You are. Let me text you. Give me a half sec. All right.
All right, let's see. Oh, I hate my fucking team. What did I do? Why is Bilal Powell on my team? Jesus Christ. Sheesh.
Like our awkward quietness at this point.
There we go.
Sorry, I was just looking at my roster here.
I thought something was wrong with my system. I thought I saw people's lips moving and I couldn't hear anything. I was like,
No, but that's an excellent idea. I got to do that the next time when we start taping.
My bad. My dad just dropped by. I'll be back on in 1 sec.
All right.
Does he know you're pregnant?
Yeah, he does.
Okay.
How's it going, though? I like it. I like where your head's at.
Balaj off the board.
Man.
That kick return ability, man, second to none.
Look, if he ever learns how to be a running back, he's going to be fucking dangerous.
That's the real trick.
I mean,
Plus, we got our favorite name in the entire draft with Kiki QT. Right, Ronnie?
He's my little cutie pie.
Little cutie pie.
I don't understand why people like him.
Dude,
I don't see it.
His route running is so good.
Phenomenon, yeah.
He's gonna be the immediate slot receiver there. I don't think he's gonna be insane this year. He's a rookie. It's gonna take time to adapt, but particularly for him, for his size, if you go and watch the tape and look at him once he gets 5 to 10 yards out, and the way his body control and his routes and just the succinctness of what he does on the field is ridiculous. And I think his yak ability is actually very underrated. And
guess who's coaching him? Wes Welker.
Mm-hmm.
Is Wes Welker there? I didn't know.
Yeah.
He's been working one-on-one with him the entire offseason.
What's his upside look like? Like, what's success?
I think what's his name last year on the Rams?
Cup.
Yeah.
He's
I
don't know,
think
faster.
So he's gonna.
But I think production-wise, he's Cooper Kupp, wide receiver 3 every year.
Very different player than Cooper Kupp, but yeah, I think in terms of production, that makes sense.
He might be a little bit more boom busty though, because I think he has some more big play potential than Cup does.
Fair enough.
I don't see the targets for him though.
Where's the volume on that?
Hop's
going to get 22.
Are you guys of the 170-pound, 6'2" Will Fuller is going to actually be relevant for more than just 1 year crowd?
First round draft pick.
Yeah.
I think he'll see 6.
Review pedigree.
Yeah, I think he'll see 80 targets a year. Nook will see his 197 or whatever he does to get to, be a wide receiver 1, catching half of them.
486 pass attempts that Deshaun Watson was on base for last year.
Yeah. So I guess
as a rookie though, right? Give him some chance. Let's give him a chance to grow. I think he'll throw more. That offense will be a lot more consistently throwing the football with Deshaun Watson, I think, at quarterback. Especially with
dropping back.
I think
he was on
really
pace
need
himself
Tom
for
Savage.
486 passes.
I mean, they'll have to throw more just because they won't be so many touchdowns, so the drives will be longer.
Yeah.
Well, if their defense is as god awful as it was last year,
The front seven should be healthy at least. The secondary is still going to be terrible.
JJ Watt should get through 2-3 games at least.
I have him pegged at 4.
4 games. I mean, what's his average at this point? I think that's his average.
I mean, it's been pretty rough last few years.
I'm sad we don't get to draft until round 4.
I didn't know there was a round 4. All right.
Welcome to the draft here, bud.
Look, according to the scrolling thing, there's only round 3, pick 9, and then it stops. So I assume that was it.
I see. Mine goes up to round 4, pick 2.
Ah, what do you got? A bigger screen?
You gotta get that wide screen. Yeah.
View draft board.
Ah.
Oh.
Yeah. So I got the 3 screens going right now. So
yeah, you got a 20-inch, 7-inch screen.
Yeah,
Welcome to RSL.
224s and my laptop. So.
Oh, Jesus. I don't want to go here. I'm already here. Stop it.
For what it's worth, Pat Fitzmaurice, you know what I'm talking about. Dude's a beast. Was on the Fantasy Pros pod. I was listening to it today, and he was talking about how Kiki Kuti is like the guy he's getting in every single one of his drafts.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we all have hopes and dreams for guys like that.
I remember when a lot of guys liked Leonte Carew.
I don't even want to talk about that.
That whole draft class, though.
I need to hear from Goat District right now as to why Lamar Jackson's #1 quarterback off the board.
Running ability.
Yeah, he's going to be a fantasy dynamo.
Yeah, but the guy's not just a running quarterback. Like, he can actually throw. Like, he can run an offense.
It's got the same accuracy over his career as Josh Allen.
The first quarterback by comedian.
No, it wasn't because he's improved every season.
Yeah, but his best season and Josh Allen's best season are like same exact, like 57%.
College football reference.
Now, Lamar Jackson wasn't a much tougher competition than Allen.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Josh Allen played at Wyoming where he played against St. Mary's School of the Deaf and Blind.
I think Jackson played tougher competition, but he had the same exact skill level in terms of who he was throwing to. They both had garbage receiving cores.
No, but at the end of the day, Lamar Jackson was smart enough to hire his mother to be his agent, so he knows what he's doing.
Listen, Lamar
I actually
Jackson
ganked him on my
and
board for that
smart
reason.
are two things that don't belong in the same sentence. That guy is like dumber than a brick.
Who? Lamar Jackson?
Yeah.
I don't think he's football stupid. I think he's football smart. I
IQ
don't really care.
Yeah.
His IQ test was pretty bad.
Was it?
Go watch an interview.
Yeah,
You
it
go
was
watch
like-
an interview of like Chris Johnson and then Lamar Jackson, and you watch them back to back. Your IQ will actually drop, and you can't reverse it.
All right, Josh.
Antonio Callaway.
No, I love Callaway.
I just wish he wasn't a freaking criminal.
Well, yeah, there is that. Not as a person. I think he's a terrible human being. He can't watch my kids. And
Was
he
it
might go to.
credit card fraud, right? Was that what it was in Florida?
It was more than that.
Well, that's the
one of
last thing he did. He's had
Yeah.
a couple sexual harassment or rape, basically, charges up against.
And he
I don't
got a
under-
pot issue too.
Yeah.
No, the pot issues I never care about.
Yeah, I don't care about that unless you're getting suspended.
It's because
Which
every
he
single
did.
player in
Yeah.
college smokes weed. It's just a matter of if they're sneaky enough.
Tell you
Yeah,
what,
but
though,
but he was dumb and he got caught. So
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
another thing on the pile.
and plus,
for
if you're going to keep doing that in the NFL, you're going to be consistently suspended.
Yeah, you'll be Josh Gordon. So it's good that they get to hang out together.
Or Justin Blackman. Who was that? You who has Justin Blackman?
Yeah, I love Justin Blackman.
Trade you Johnny Manziel for Justin Blackman.
There you go.
If Justin Blackman ever gets his life together, I don't even know if he's alive. I don't
Nah,
even
he
know.
might not be.
Yeah.
He's probably face down in the gutter somewhere.
Yeah.
This
They,
took a
they
dark
don't even
turn.
allow him to play on rec league teams.
Like that dude could have been so good.
He's playing flag football somewhere.
Hey
They don't
guys, on
even
the
let him
Lamar
do that.
Jackson, Josh Allen thing, just as a quick side note here, I had to look this up because it bothered me. So Lamar Jackson had in 3 consecutive years as a starter, 54.7, 56.2, and 59.1% completion percentage.
But it increased
But
over
it increased.
there's 3
Here's
seasons.
Josh Allen,
Like, went
But
down.
what's his ADAT? I mean, he's
56, 56.3. He was
But they're all
effectively
right.
the
So I was
same.
wrong. Their career average is the same. That's
Right, yeah,
That's
but
what
one
it is.
improved and one is
And one
off,
did not.
Just never got
listen.
better.
I'm not saying you should take Josh
Oh,
Allen.
and
over
Josh
Lamar Jackson.
Allen got blasted when it came to yards too. It wasn't close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
I just-
I'm
Josh Allen is
a
a-
Lamar Jackson truther. I believe in that kid.
Yeah, I love Lamar Jackson.
Sorry,
Josh,
guys, my bad.
would
I'm
have
just,
just happened.
I'm just a bigger believer in Quaker Oats, Mr. Mayfield milk.
I know.
Anybody have any interest in taking this 211 from me?
Well, I'll trade you nothing.
Yeah.
for
What do
it.
you want?
Just like way more than it's worth.
That sounds like a deal to me.
I'll send you Terrell Pryor and a ham sandwich.
Have you guys never played Dynasty before? That's how this works.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
So we're at the point of the draft where everyone I like is like a 4th round guy.
I know. I
Yeah.
took Callaway's my dude that I like taking the 2nd round, but then it's like I'm sitting here going, well, should I take Jalen Samuels just because I have no ownership of him and maybe hope he pans out? But it's just like too early. But
Yeah.
it's not too early because after basically like 205, you can argue for like 40 different players, in my opinion. Probably not that many, but
Yo.
No, I got you, man.
Let's see.
There's a couple guys I still like here for this round. No, not really. They're all for
whatever.
the 3rd round, the guys I like here.
going DGAF, I don't care. Taking
Nice.
Oh, it takes one player off my board at 304 or whatever.
Joel,
Good.
did someone just say they're DTF? Is that what they just said?
No. Good Lord.
I thought that's what was
I
said.
said DGAF.
That's a
Don't-
different streaming live.
Oh, man.
This is the expert league.
Exactly.
Yo. Also, I totally forgot. There's a live chat and people have been asking questions. So thanks
Oh.
for being there.
Oh,
Oh,
Where?
shit.
Where's the
on
chat?
the YouTube page.
Well, I can't get to it. You didn't share the link.
Ronnie,
I'm not getting on the YouTube page. Get out of
It's,
here.
you on Twitter. I tagged every single company that's involved in this thing.
I get a lot of notifications. I
Listen,
follow.
I'll go put it.
I get a lot of notifications, so I check none of them. Zero.
believe me, we know at this point.
Unchecked emails.
There's like 3 people that read emails, and everyone else is just like, wait, what's going on right when it happens?
I read them. I'm good.
You're one of the three. There we go.
Because you guys are obnoxious when people don't. So I'm like, I don't need them fucking DMing me. Like, I'm gonna respond.
Who's up now? Oh shoot, we're cooking now. Oh.
Oh boy. Attack.
You guys hear that?
Kill.
Hey.
Yo, so they asked, why do we have Rojo so low? Who took him in? Who wants to answer that?
Where did he go?
I mean, he went 108. I mean, I have issues with his size. I have issues with the offense in general being very pass centric. I'm not sure he's built to be a pass catcher because they never threw to him at USC. So there's definitely question marks, and I can see why he slipped 108. I also wasn't going to let him fall past me because he was the last running back worth a damn.
Sure.
Dirk Cutter likes to run committees to begin with, and I think we're going to see a lot of Peyton Barber too.
Now, I'm really hoping Cutter gets fired by week 7. So
we're all hoping for that.
Yeah, I would have taken Rojo if he fell to me because I don't own him anywhere except the Scott Fish Bowl, and I just want another share of him just in case. Yeah, I'm on the clock. Holy shit! All right,
Come on, Shane, get it together.
That was my
But you
first
read the
share,
emails.
actually.
We've got to be the most just sorry ass example of quote unquote analysts.
This is a legitimately dysfunctional group. Okay?
there's a lot going on. I got a YouTube channel over here that I just realized has a chat.
Hey man, I'm working with. I got 2 computers. I'm running like I don't even know.
You're significantly
drafted yet?
younger than me.
And Ronnie just got a haircut for this this live broadcast.
For this broadcast.
Yeah.
Nice.
Anybody who's watching this live, please comment on Ronnie's haircut in the questions and comments section.
Yeah, if he doesn't
How
get this
beautiful it
3, he will cry.
Oh my god! I just looked down the little thumbnail,
that's a-
saw chest hair, and I was like,
that's a
"What the hell is going on?"
That's
I
a
got,
true.
I got a haircut for a date, if you really want to know. And the date went terribly. So
I was going to say what's his name, but yeah.
Oh, so are you saying we're the backup option? Is that what's going on?
Yeah, what is this?
Dude,
That's a
dates
true
usually
cost cutter's haircut, Ronnie.
don't go well, Ronnie, when all you're talking about is how excited you are to live stream this draft after the date. So, it usually doesn't go great. Then.
God.
That's
I,
funny.
you guys have you ever seen Venture Brothers?
Yeah.
Venture, bro.
You know the Monarch's wife and how deep her voice is?
Yeah,
That's
it was just like that. Ooh.
So it was a good date.
Nothing wrong with a girl with an Adam's apple.
Those broad shoulders.
I don't really want any of these guys right here.
Did she
but-
look like she could handle 200 carries a year? That's all I want to know.
I would say, if going back to Rojo, one of the things for him
okay.
that I see is there's like a huge upside. If he can put it all together, it's great. But his vision is not particularly fantastic. And for me, the biggest knock is the same knock I have on Dalvin Cook. And this is totally, I don't want to put them in the same conversation like of equals. But Dalvin Cook he's proved that he got over this in the NFL. But if you went and watched the tape in college, he got knocked over a lot, and he wasn't ever a guy that can move a pile. That just wasn't part of his game plan. Rojo is like 5 times worse in that department. His deficiency is just like, if you go and watch tape on him, there seems to be 3 or 5 runs every single game where a defender like pats him on the back and he falls over. So that to me is just my biggest detractor. And then if you also factor in it looks like they are hell-bent on using a couple other running backs in cohesion with him. I think that he's a guy that I would rather buy at the end of this season than invest in right now at his cost.
I think he's the biggest boomer bust running back in the first round by far.
Yeah, I would agree.
I like him more than I don't like him, but
I just think it's hard for me to take Rojo based on, I mean, he has questionable talent. It's a questionable situation. It's really not a great running back spot. And then you have a wide receiver that well, at least I believe he's a very good wide receiver in DJ Moore. He was taken early with his draft stock, and yet people are drafting him after all these running backs. And I don't really get it. I don't from a fantasy especially when we're talking about like drafting guys saying, oh, who was it that we just said you're not drafting him for this year, you're drafting him for next year? having a brain fart.
I will say there's 4 wide receivers in next year's wide receiver class that I would take right now if they just late to the party said we're declaring for the NFL. I would take them over DJ Moore.
Sure,
but that doesn't diminish DJ Moore. That's just an incredible class.
Well, I guess my point is that DJ Moore is the best wide receiver in this class, but I don't think he's an elite prospect.
And those 4 receivers that we're talking about too would have been number 2 through number 6, in the draft. I mean, anyway, so
but here's the thing though. This time next year, we can sit here. We'll be able to sit here and poke holes in AJ Brown next year, no problem. Whenever people are saying, "Oh, well, he's 22 years old and he hasn't even played a snap in the NFL," and you have Juju Smith who's 22 and he's played 2 years. I mean, next year it'll be different. Also, I mean, in my opinion, I just think it's much easier to say, "Well, the wide receivers are better next year." Well, we'll see that time next year. I mean, we're talking about this year now.
I watched some tape on them, and I do actually think that they legitimately are. I think that next year's wide receiver class is going to be a mimic of the past 2 years for running backs, just at that position. I think it's going to be closest thing we'll get for a while to 2014 at least.
It's hard to predict it just because you have to look at the teams and be like, okay, who realistically needs receivers that's going to go out there and get them. I mean,
and some of those,
how many of those guys get exposed
within a year might not even declare.
True, but bringing back my whole point of Ronald Jones versus DJ Moore is Ronald Jones has just as many, if not more, question marks, and really they have a lot less invested in him. So I could see much easier. Like I don't understand why you would want to take Ronald Jones unequivocally before DJ Moore. Whenever if DJ Moore goes and has 700, 800 yards this year, it's probably a pretty good year for him, and it's something for him to build on.
Absolutely.
But they cut bait on Ronald Jones after this year and not really lose much for it, and it wouldn't really matter from a dynasty perspective.
I mean, they spent an early second on it versus a late-ish first. It's not that much of an investment difference.
Well, it is, but it is from a money standpoint. I mean, and from a contract year standpoint. You're talking about an extra year in a contract. It's a extra year option. They don't have to take it. So they're both 4-year contracts to start. But that year option though still adds value to that player from a long-term standpoint. I mean, I don't know. I just think wide receivers after last year are being so undervalued, and then after this year it'll probably swing back to the other way, and AJ Brown will be the wide receiver 1, and I'll just be picking Alvin Kamara and Kareem Hunt late first like I did.
AJ Brown will go wide receiver 1, and I'll get all of the 102 picks I can get and just put N'Keal Harry in my lineups.
Yeah, I think N'Keal Harry's probably projected as the 101 right now.
Yeah, I like AJ Brown's a more complete player, but N'Keal Harry has Calvin Johnson style upside. If he can, and also people say he's slow, but he's been clocked everywhere from a 4.4 to a 4.5 340. So he's not as slow as people think he is. He just looks slow because he's so big.
N'Keal Harry was clocked at a 4.63. That's the fear of N'Keal Harry.
Well, but he's also been clocked at a 4.42. So
also then N'Keal Harry ended up being a Dolphin or a Jet. That's my big concern.
Hey, I hope he's a Jet. Coming to my New York Jets, man.
For fantasy, I don't want that.
But as far as drafting the running backs,
I don't mind him with Darnold. That wouldn't be bad.
The reason you're going to draft running backs in front of the wide receivers is they're still going to hold their value. They could suck this year. Look at Joe Mixon, and we'll make excuses left and right. Whereas a receiver, we won't. We'll say the guy's a bust, and I'm going to sell him low. Like I bought Davis everywhere from people because he had one bad year that was injury filled, but he didn't ball out, so everybody sold on him. All right.
Lucky you. I've been trying to buy him everywhere, and no one.
I know. I've been trying to. People are nuts.
See, I think Mixon though is a tough one because everybody knows Mixon is so good, and it's not that he isn't good. It's that Marvin Lewis is his coach, and you want to try and fight that he plays for
the best coach. The best coach in the NFL, right?
For 31 other teams, absolutely, 100%.
Marvin Lewis and Jeff Fisher should go move to an island and just never bother anyone again
and Marvin Lewis should be his neighbor on that island.
See, but
John Fox should be on the other side of him.
See, but Jeff Fisher at least could be fantasy relevant. He had plenty of running backs that were fantasy relevant. Now I know it's hard to remember that because he killed Todd Gurley in his what should have been a great season.
You're right.
Well, he had some great years with Eddie George, and I think those of us are old enough to remember.
I think Eddie George had some great years with him. And I think
where's John Law? Why is he not on this stream with us?
Because he's not drafting. He has no draft picks.
Oh.
He's taking the night off. He's spending some time with his family.
Wow.
Who?
That's
Family.
very selfish.
What?
Posted pictures on Twitter of him playing with his dogs today.
Wow.
I thought we were his family. What happened to that?
Don't be so happy. No, I'm kidding. John's the man. I love him.
Gosh, can you guys believe that here in like it's not even 4 weeks now, we're gonna be watching football?
No,
I know.
We're officially a week away from preseason.
Yeah.
But like real football in like 4 weeks though. Well,
No, it's 6.
6 weeks, yeah.
September 4th.
So,
Preseason
We
just
can pretend it's 4 weeks because I like that better than 6 weeks.
I thought it was September 6th is the first game.
I don't know.
it's like a
If you count college football, we're like 3 weeks away.
I don't count college football.
And
So how do you
call
guys,
yourself a dynasty analyst?
No, I see, but here's the thing. If the people that get caught up, like I love Nick Whalen. I'm sure you guys know who Nick Whalen is. Like I love Nick Whalen. I love following what he does. But there are a lot of times when you spend way too much time driving yourself crazy on college guys, and then by the time you get to the NFL, it doesn't take a lot to say, well, Antonio Brown should be, a first round pick. Well, you weren't really squatting on him years ago in depth.
Hey.
It's hard because development in the NFL is so hard to predict. It's
Classic Hateful Eight taking forever to make their pick here.
classic.
Yeah, that's to the wire.
Come on, Danny.
Is Danny in the video chat or no? I haven't
No.
heard from him, right?
I'm disappointed. I thought we were going to have like 15 people on here.
We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, and if you count the dude sitting behind beer fueled there, we have 10.
And that was Shane counting.
Yeah, I'm good at counting.
I like that little hesitation between 5 and 6. You get confused between your fingers.
5.
Oh, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, we're back. We're back.
Idiot.
Yeah, you guys won't hear much from Dan though. He's too far from the mic.
What's up,
Just
Dan?
yell.
Daniel.
Damn, Daniel.
So how
Dan,
so
hold
how
up
do you
your
guys
fingers if you need help.
with preseason? How do you guys judge like how much credence will you all put into preseason?
I
For
only
what
pay
it
attention
is?
for rookies. That's pretty
Yeah,
much it.
it's the only reason I watch is to watch the rookies, and it's usually not even the first round picks. It's like the second and lates. I mean, it's
Like Keelan Cole last year, I acquired in every league because of preseason. And I was just like, dart throw, minute, thanks. And then there's also you acquire people like somebody that's not Keelan Cole and they don't end up doing anything. But that's why I watch it.
Gotcha.
I also watch it because I haven't watched football in 6 months.
I know. I agree with that.
That's
I
So
know.
you're not watching Canadian football? Because I watched that and I actually bet on it last night.
I've
I'm
always
rewatching the Super Bowl.
Johnny
It's all
Manziel
right
just got traded.
Did
you
he?
see that?
got traded.
To Montreal?
now.
He is no longer a Hamilton Wildcat. He is, I think, now with Montreal as well.
Yeah.
See,
Alouettes.
he could have helped. They
Alouettes.
didn't cover last night. It was 16.5, and I took them, and they couldn't fucking cover for me.
Shane, you're a degenerate. We need to talk. Buddy.
You are a degenerate.
We need to talk. No, I mean like about a podcast. I'm a degenerate too. Like I don't want to help you. I want to like talk
I just
about degeneracy.
look. I saw that line, and I'm like, look, this is. I don't care if it's Canadian, Russian football. You're a professional fucking team. You should not be losing by 16.5 points. So I was wrong. Well, I was right. He lost by like 18.
Listen, I knew not to bet on Canadian football whenever I was looking at this line. I was like 50.5 points for the line. I was like, that is not a lot of points. I was like, I'm gonna bet the over, whatever. It was a big game.
Anybody trying to move up here?
Ito Smith.
What about like
Favorite
you're a
player.
professional team and you call yourself the king and then you get swept in the
No,
finals?
but hold on. Did you guys just get surprised that I took Ito Smith? Really?
No,
I was hoping he was going to fall to me one more slot. I had him queued up, ready to go.
Ito Smith is my favorite player in this whole entire class. I just love that kid. So
I just came on with you guys twice and hyped him up. Of course, I was going to take him.
oh yeah, I'm not
I
surprised.
made a critical
That's good
mistake.
pick.
I took Jalen Samuels over Ito Smith, and I was hoping to snag them both that round.
Jalen
Why does-
Samuels is a good pick too, though.
Why doesn't nobody love?
Hey,
Hayden
Josh
Hurst?
Allen's available.
I
Why
hate
do you guys not love Hayden Hurst as much as I do?
I like
Because he's
it.
like
I don't have
38
any
years old.
against him. He's just
So nobody's interested in coming up here. Nobody.
Dude,
wants
he's got-
to pick for
No,
next year.
not that much.
Hayden
No.
Hurst
You know
has
what we do
friends.
on our podcast? Whenever we bring up Hayden Hurst, we talk like we're like, oh, Hayden Hurst,
Yeah.
we've
He's
got his Walker because he's like a
grandchildren.
fucking geriatric 80-year-old.
Yeah, isn't he like
But he's gonna be
36
good.
already?
He'll be good.
He's 27, 26, 25.
Yeah,
He's gonna
exactly.
He's going to retire next year.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Well, the problem is they drafted Mark Andrews, what, 2 rounds later to be the receiving.
I do not
tight end.
understand. Are any of you Ravens fans? I couldn't
Yeah.
wrap my head around that.
I'll get Dan.
I still can't get over the fact that Dallas Goedert did not get taken before Hayden Hurst. I think that was a terrible draft pick, in my opinion. But
He was taken before Gesicki, too.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I just think that the Ravens, I mean, I don't know. It's hard to know what they think because most people would think, well, obviously they know they're not going to win it all this year. They're building for the future. And then it's like, well, they're going to start Flacco all season. So obviously they're idiots and they have no idea what they're doing. I mean, that's just what it is. Like, I mean, maybe actually hold the phone. Here's what they're doing. I just figured it out. They're tanking. Obviously they want to start
Buffalo's tanking.
Well, Buffalo,
and they want to get N'Keal Harry next year for Lamar Jackson.
Right. No, Buffalo's tanking, but they're going to do what Buffalo does, and they're going to tank and then somehow still win like 4 games by a collective total
They're going to pull a
points.
Jets.
I mean,
2017 Jets.
They're in the division with
Just so
the
they can
Jets
pick
and Dolphins. They'll win 2 there just from that.
Ugh.
Yeah.
That whole division's a dumpster fire short of the Patriots.
3 of the 5 worst teams in the NFL, I think, are in that division.
Agreed. Yeah, I'm right there with you.
Yeah, I can't wait to see how terrible the
One of my friends is watching the stream, and he said we're all stupid.
Just in general, or
was it Ian?
No, Ian is also watching, and he just said that Hayden Hurst is the Brandon Whedon of tight ends. I think that's a pretty good take.
Hey, listen, I'm going to have all the Hayden Hurst shares in here in a year whenever he breaks out, and you guys are like, wow, who wants a 30-year-old tight end that's breaking out? It's going to be jokes on you.
What's he breaking out of, a retirement home?
Yeah.
We got to revisit this video next year.
They're going to, when he walks on the field, players are going to like run through the smoke, and they've got the fire, and they're like, oh, the fans, like, get in. And Hayden Hurst is going to
walk Hayden now.
Tight ends don't matter anyway. People forget that Travis Kelce and Gronk are the same age. Like, they're well, maybe not the same age. They're like
no,
Hayden Hurst is the same age as them.
Yeah, true. But tight ends are different. I don't care about a tight end being 25 coming out. I mean,
all knocks on Hayden Hurst for fun. The reality is, I think that he was taken first because he's the most NFL ready of the tight end class, at least just from a skill standpoint. And it is what it is. For us as dynasty owners, we don't like it because he's older. But if he was 22, he'd be my number 1 tight end. It wouldn't even be close.
But I don't.
I wouldn't have him at my number 1 because he's a more complete tight end.
He's a great blocking.
That he'll be on the field a lot. It's just he's not going to get you any stats whatsoever.
Taking him.
Right. So from
all this talk about Hayden Hurst.
You guys inspired me.
I like it.
He's been sitting here talking to himself for like an hour. I was wondering.
I'm just on the phone. I had myself muted.
Man, you took.
Yeah, I keep on seeing his lips moving and everything, but he's nothing's coming out.
Justin Watson, man, great pick.
Oh yeah.
So
got all my Watson shares in every league. So
with the Hurst thing, so how do you guys feel about OJ Howard versus Brait then?
Howard,
Brait's not going to be a Tampa Bay Buccaneer for very much longer. I don't think.
But
you signed a 6-year deal.
But in my opinion,
that 6-year deal has 1 year guaranteed on it. They can cut it next year for nothing.
It's basically player options on every single season, or team options, I should say.
But I'm talking about the Hurst versus OJ Howard. Like the argument's the exact same, in my opinion. That OJ Howard is a complete tight end, and he's not going to be out there for the receiving. That Cam Brait is. Like you all are saying that.
I disagree, man. I think OJ Howard is the Saquon Barkley of tight end prospects. That dude is ridiculous in every single asset of the game. He does everything well.
I mean, that's fine, but like Cam Brait right now is a better receiver than him. I don't know how you wouldn't say that. I mean, he just is. He's a very good receiver, and I mean,
Joku did not profile bad as a receiver last year, though.
Not at all. Not at all. There was, I mean, last year's tight end class was great. I mean, because you also had Devin Ingram, right? I mean,
but that's just what I'm saying. Is like, is Hayden Hurst like being on the field isn't a negative in my opinion.
No, it's not a negative. It's just I think what Hayden Hurst, what he stands out for is his blocking technique. I mean, he's a good
side note. I can't believe Walton fell this far.
Yeah,
he's
like
garbage. He's such garbage.
That's incorrect.
He's garbage.
Oh, I was hoping he was going to make it back to me. Oh well.
Hey, he's not garbage. He's not garbage. He's recycling.
Ronnie, I know who we're getting next.
Alden Tate?
No.
No, we're getting somebody.
Okay,
Hey, we're
I
taking
like
one of
that
these players.
strategy.
Let's see what Hateful Eight
Ball
does.
move, Cotton. Let's see
I
how
don't
that
I don't think Hateful Eight's in the chat. They can't even snipe you based on what you say.
Austin Scott, what up? Man,
I hate drafting after Hateful Eight because they take either 24 hours or full 5 minutes.
Yeah,
So real
they
quick.
should be called the Hateful Weight.
Oh! All right, you can get off now, Shane. You're good. Actually, who was that? Was that Shane who said that?
That was me. I'm proud of myself.
Okay, Ronnie, you can get off now then. So the real question is, how many of these rookie quarterbacks? Oh no, never mind. Just kidding. Mason Rudolph, Josh Allen. Mason Rudolph's ADP is higher than Josh Allen's.
That's so stupid.
That is interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah, I don't really get that, but
Yeah, I do not get the Mason Rudolph love at all, but there are people who are super obsessed with him.
Dude, it's the same reason that people like Brock Osweiler. He's tall.
Eric, what the heck? I thought you were crossing off players on our list.
nah, I said screw it.
Slacker.
They're all up here, man.
You guys have one pick left.
Yeah, I think we'll be okay.
Yeah, it's important to me.
What's the roster total?
32?
32?
32.
I got some players to add then.
So yeah, like I said, there's the auction starts right after this draft is over.
In that, will it do once a week or what?
It just starts as soon as we're done, and then it's not once a week. You have like 20 seconds to submit your bid, and then
It's
it
like
goes
a
into
free
the auction.
agency.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It's a live. But I don't think any of the teams are going to be without play. Like you're probably the only team that needs to get players on your roster. So
Yeah. Well, that works out for me then.
yeah, you can have anybody you want.
Get everyone. Good for you.
So what happens if you want to? What happens salary-wise if you want to cut somebody that you've got a contract on?
You pay a cap penalty on whatever that player's contract value is.
Okay.
I think it's something like 50%.
And they actually, I think they. I know the 1 year I played in it, they'll actually show you what that is before you cut them and all.
I think we should take Josh Allen with our next pick.
You stop that.
No,
I'm going to take him for free when nobody else does.
Yeah, I would take Willett over Allen.
What?
He's not even winning the number
Josh
2
Allen.
job right now.
I want to take Richie James just because
You
of
know-
how tall he is.
You know,
I
I had a moment where I realized that I'm not that creative, and
Oh, yeah?
I have these moments all the time. But I'm pretty stupid.
He
But
was on his date earlier, and
I was listening to some other podcast, and they made a comment about how Josh Allen is Uncle Rico, and I've been saying that for like a year, and I realized that I'm not that creative. Anyway, that's my story, and thanks for listening.
We're taking Chase Edmonds here 100%, correct?
Are we up?
Yeah,
You're up.
Yeah, take Chase Edmonds. I put him in the queue already.
Absolutely.
All right.
So real quick,
I
does
got.
anybody else think the Josh Allen hate has gotten out of control too?
Yeah.
No,
Nah.
I think
don't.
Josh. Honestly, though, if you were going to take a quarterback in the 4th round, you got a starter in Buffalo.
That's
Why
what I'm
not?
saying. Like,
Why not?
Oh, at this point, yeah. But I think Buffalo was stupid to trade up and get him. That's fine.
Yeah. It wasn't.
They're so broken in so many different ways. He has no path to success right now, and he's not good enough independently to lift those garbage pieces up and make anybody any good.
Exactly.
Well,
But
at
I
least he
don't
has. At least
but
he
I-
has an offensive tackle playing receiver for him.
see, but literally, I don't care about any of
Yeah,
that. I
he's
care
Queen Latifah out there.
that he is going to end up better than where I draft him. That's all I care about. And
Yeah.
I think that 100%, especially in startups. In startups, it's hilarious to me that like I don't even have to take quarterbacks because I can get almost any of the rookies I want in round whatever 13, 14 or later. And I feel like just fill in with whoever, like McCown, Fitzpatrick. Like the quarterback disparage right now is crazy just because like Lamar Jackson going unequivocally over Josh Allen when Lamar Jackson might not play a single down this whole year. Like
I would rather not start a quarterback than have to start Josh Allen.
Here's the thing: I was eyeballing Lamar Jackson, but I was
think he's
also
gonna
not
go
planning on
negative.
playing him for 2 years. So I got Wentz in there. I got Matt Ryan. I'm comfortable. I was
You
taking
remember? You remember that Bills quarterback last year that threw 5 picks in one half?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I
my
started him.
Chargers.
That
I
wasn't.
started
No,
him.
that was Josh Allen testing it out. Yeah, he just wore a different jersey.
See, but Nathan Peterman was never even close to like that's a completely different situation. I mean, I think it's
Josh
so-
Allen's way better than Nathan Peterman.
absolutely
Well,
100%.
And let's It's also the
Bigger
Chargers
arm.
defense. Chargers defense is no slouch on top of it. Like that was not a
absolutely.
good situation for him to go up into.
Especially
Yeah,
the defensive backfield.
I could have made 3 of those picks. 3 of those passes were I don't know what to do. I'm just gonna lob it into the middle of the field.
The guy was throwing lollipops and it was terrible.
Mm-hmm.
It was on one of my favorite quarterback performances, honestly, I've ever watched.
See, but I just care about. I mean, do you all not think that Josh Allen's ceiling is a QB1 though? I mean,
Yeah, no, I think he's got a very high ceiling. It's just he is starting in the basement.
for sure. I don't disagree with that at all. It's just
No, I think his ceiling is from Jameis Winston so far.
You think his ceiling is the floor?
Jameis Winston's ceiling isn't legit
No,
terrible.
I'm not talking about Jameis Winston. What Jameis Winston has done so far, I think, is Josh Allen's ceiling. I don't care that he can throw the ball 80 yards. I want a guy that can throw the ball 50 yards, but he can hit a target more than I want a guy that can throw 80 and can't hit the broadside of the arm.
You can always teach accuracy. You can't teach strong arm.
1000%.
But there's a
that's
threshold
hard.
for arm strength, though. You don't need to be. I mean, Jamarcus Russell had an incredibly strong arm, but you know what? He didn't do shit.
Well,
Flacco
that
was
was
strongest arm in the league.
because DeMarcus Russell was doing drugs and just taking a crap on the sideline instead of thinking about football.
Dude, but how fun would it have been to party with Jamarcus Russell though?
It would have been awesome.
Oh, fun!
I want to go out and party with him and Ryan Leaf.
It would have been fun playing cornerback against him.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. But you know that every party Jamarcus Russell's ever been at, someone's like, all right, I'm going to put this beer can on my head. And you try and hit it off. How many noses did he break? So many broken noses.
So many flat faces in whatever town that is.
Absolutely. But yeah, I love
threw the
Josh
ball so
Allen.
hard he might have killed a man.
Yeah, so I love Josh Allen apparently.
Yeah. I mean, he's got physical tools. The guy is a physical specimen. He's big, he's strong, he can throw the ball hard, he can move around, he can do all these
Big
things.
Ben. He's Big Ben.
I don't think he's got the. I don't know. I guess after watching him a little bit, I feel like his footwork's inconsistent, and I really don't like his ball placement. And you can say, yeah, you can coach accuracy, only to a point.
Yeah,
accuracy needs to be taught through the fundamentals, and that needs to be taught from high school through college. And if you don't have that to a certain degree by the time you get to the pros, guess what? You ain't gonna be proficient at it by your 3rd, 4th, 5th year in the league. You're always gonna be a middling 58 to like 61% completion guy if you're lucky. And you'll be in that bottom half of NFL quarterbacks looking to get replaced.
So we got basically another Mark Sanchez.
Yeah.
Significantly more athletic.
Oh, yeah.
I
love more athletic than Sanchez, for sure.
To be fair, if the Jets never fired Bill Belichick, Mark Sanchez would have 3 Super Bowls right now. So that's a terrible example, in my opinion. I mean, Mark Sanchez is the GOAT. I mean, the butt fumble, are you kidding me? It's one of the best
Did
things
the Jets fire Belichick, or did he give them the finger?
No, he gave us the finger, basically.
I mean,
Yeah,
Mark
he gave the
Sanchez
finger on
is
the way
the
out.
reason why eating ass has become acceptable in pop culture.
Whoa.
Wait,
Millennials
I'm
are
sorry.
why eating ass is acceptable.
Because
we
of
want to take
Mark Sanchez set
responsibility
the
for it.
example. He was like, "Hey, everybody, this is okay."
Isn't Sanchez suspended this year for PEDs?
Yeah, he got a pet suspension.
Wait.
There's too much E. coli in his blood.
Still in the league? Actually, he's gonna go out there and be like, all right. Actually, it's gonna be really funny when Mark Sanchez makes a great coach, just because he's.
I think he will. I actually love him.
forever.
I think he's like a super solid guy.
I'm pretty sure as soon as he's done playing, he's going to be the Bears quarterback coach.
Oh God! Oh my God! The Bears do not need Mark Sanchez. That is not what they need to go forward in life.
He's on their roster right now.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah.
I really didn't know that. I thought no wait. Where did who was the top prospect from Tampa Bay last year that everybody told me was going to be a great quarterback?
Mike Lennon.
Where's Mike Lennon?
Arizona.
Glennon's down in Arizona.
Yeah, he's the backup in Arizona now. Yeah.
Another failed NC State quarterback.
Oh, but he's just cracked me up last year. Everybody, super flex leagues especially. How many people took him in super flex leagues in like the 6th, 7th round of super flex leagues, thinking
it's pretty much all of our faults, though, right?
No, don't look at me. I
Given
wasn't drafting his long necked ass anywhere.
Yeah.
No.
That's
Never give me the guy that hasn't played any meaningful football and is getting paid and isn't even the starting quarterback. I don't want that guy as a super flex quarterback. Call me weird. It's just preference.
Everybody knew that was a bad signing when they made it, and then when they drafted Trubisky, everybody was like, "Yeah, that makes sense."
Mm-hmm. That was
I can't stand Trubisky either.
10 guy.
No.
I'm gonna
Well,
see
guys,
if I can find.
we're really excited to just totally crush all you guys in this league. So we're very excited about
I'm
Draft
going to
complete.
Sweet smack talk. Eric.
I need to go release Justin Blackman because apparently he's dead. So I'm going to go.
Wait, before you go, I've got
Johnny
something
Manziel got
bold
traded. That's good news
to
for me.
show
I end
you.
up keeping him.
Eric just said, "Hey guys, can I please beat you this year in this league? Is that okay?"
Hey guys.
Hey guys, is that
I'm looking
okay?
forward to winning a lot of games.
So auction just started, right?
So what do we do here now?
Yeah.
Yeah, wait, don't leave yet. I have something that's gonna make all of you really, really happy. I just have to find it. Just give me like 1 minute.
Oh,
You're on the clock. 1 minute.
Yes.
I know you had a date that didn't go great, and you already tried to take your shirt off once. So
I
that's where this
didn't.
is going.
I feel like I missed that, and I'm happy for that.
All right, we were talking about Mike Livingston, right?
Uh-huh.
Can you make out what this is a picture of?
Pull it back just a little bit.
Find Mike Lennon's grandfather.
Oh, wait, how do
Let's
I
do a
get
wood
these?
sculpture of Mike Lennon. Oh, wait, it is Mike Lennon.
It's his grandpa.
It's his grandfather.
Anyway, sorry.
That was pretty good. I'll give you that one.
Where's free agency in here?
If you go to the league homepage, it says enter auction room. It actually starts in 42 minutes.
Okay, cool. Gotcha.
What the fuck am I doing? League. Owners draft. Oh, auction board.
No.
No.
Because Logan Woodside is basically as good as on my team now.
Hell. Yeah, I'm down to. I'm gonna stay on for a little bit just to see what happens with this auction.
Well, I'm old, so I'm not. But,
Yeah, I'm not either.
Yeah, me too. I got to work in the
Look,
morning.
I'm already thinking about going to bed. Like, I didn't even know if I was going to come back to the computer after I went to the bathroom. I was just going to lay down.
Oh, Jesus, Grandpa, you gonna be okay? Probably gonna get up 10 minutes later, take another piss.
All right, guys, I'm out of here too. I got to get up early for work tomorrow.
All right, guys. Talk to you.
Later, Jim.
Later.
So, are we going to do any more hangouts before the season starts for anything?
Yeah, I'm down.
I mean, I don't care just for what, maybe after free agency or something. I don't know. We could just.
Yeah, I mean, I think. Well, one thing I would like to do is do a do kind of a like the same exact thing and have like a dynasty seminar, if you will, where we just
We
get
could even
everyone
just do
we can on.
mocks. We could just mock. Yeah.
Well, we can do mocks. Jeff is aware. Nick's aware. I don't know if you were a part of it. I tried to organize like 500 mocks this offseason. I can't do any more rookie mocks. I've been a part of like 50.
Gotcha.
I can't do it.
Gotcha.
But what I would like to do is get as many people from the league as we can on and have kind of like a podcast, if you will, but like this live, whatever, people can tune in and just kind of run through the league, run through teams, run through our thoughts and have like an open-ended dynasty discussion.
We do this game on our podcast that Nick does that it's called the name game, which I mean, plenty of people have something like it, but like, you start off with like a letter or like initials and like, for example, say the initials are DW and like, your buzzer is your name. And once you guess, you no longer get another guess. So like, say the initials DW and you say, he graduated from Clemson, then, buzz in Deshaun Watson or whatever. But there are like 8 or 9 different tips or, clues of what it is. And it's pretty good. He does a good job of going back and getting, tricking us into things that we think it is or somebody else. He doesn't just go and get, JM and say, I'm a running back for the Bengals or anything like that.
Right. I'd be down to do something like that. I'm down to do whatever. I am always happy to like hop on. I'm always happy to hop in podcasts if anyone wants a guest. I'm kind of down for literally whatever. Speaking of that, Nick, when is it next week?
What?
When am I coming on?
Oh, I know we're trying to get Nate Hamilton on next week. I gotta see which episode he wants to do. We're either gonna have a tight end episode or it's something else going on. We haven't decided. We're probably a My Guys episode. So if you're down to either do tight ends or My Guys, we can get you on for one.
I am down to do either one.
Are we still streaming?
Yeah.
Cool. I don't care. I'm gonna say anyway. So how
Eric and I are also. We've got. I think Mike Wright is going to be the 3rd week of August, and then Rich Dotson is the 4th week, and I think we're going to do Tyler Gunther the 2nd week. But the 1st week, we're trying to figure out who we want to bring on. The other thing we're going to do too, and this is completely like aside from the main podcast, I wanted to do a guest for each of these, but 8 mini episodes and do 2 a week leading up to the season in August, where it's like NFC West preview, NFC East kind of like discussion, and have a different analyst for each of those. And those would only be like 20 minutes. So if any of you guys are down to hop on for one of those, I'll probably shoot an email out and kind of let people like just pick which slot they want.
Sup, I'm always in talk AFC West anytime, any place.
Word.
I would take NFC North if I get a pick, but I'll do any of them.
Yeah, I mean, I can do any of them, but there's a lot of hot takes about the Chargers this year, and I'm really sick of it.
Oh, what's your hot takes you don't like?
That the Chargers are going to win the division and win the whole Super Bowl, and just they're the greatest team ever. It's just
it's just too much hype.
Yeah, I'm a big Chargers fan. I started watching football when LT came in the league, and every single year the Chargers get hyped up every year. And people, I mean, and don't get me wrong, I do believe they're the best team in the division, but it's also such a tough division, and we don't know what injuries are going to happen. And that's been the key to the Chargers every single year is injuries. And I mean, whatever, you can say that about anybody, but God, I know it's my team and I just feel this way, but they've gotten so unlucky with injuries. I mean, you know, 1st round picks over and over, you know, Mike Williams last year, Hunter Henry this year, Orlando Franklin 3 years ago when he was still good as an offensive lineman, like just all the time. But yeah, also Patrick Mahomes' hype is outrageous too. Outrageous. Insane.
Yeah. I think he's going to be I think he'll be pretty good just based on the weapons and the offense, but I do agree it's over the top, especially in Dynasty.
Oh, for sure. I would say for me, I'm a Seahawks fan. I've talked about that before, but my thoughts, if you're talking about like you're disagreeing with a lot of like your takes for your team with the Chargers, the Seahawks to me have been so good for so long, and then they had one off year, and they made a bunch of moves this offseason that really don't change their roster because everyone was injured last year anyway. They still got Russell Wilson, but people are writing them off like they're going to win 6 or 7 games, and it's blowing my mind. I think that I think they might win 10 or 11 games. I don't think they're going to win 13, anything like that, but I think the coaching changes, finally like getting Darrell Bevell out of there, who Darrell Bevell every single game was like, all right, our offensive line can't protect anyone for more than 0.3 seconds. So let's only run deep curl routes.
Yeah.
That's just so stupid. And if they didn't have Russell Wilson, they would have won maybe 2 games last year.
I don't understand why they're so afraid to throw a slant to Doug Baldwin. Like, why will you not throw a slant to Doug Baldwin?
Hopefully it all changed, but Brian Schottenheimer isn't.
Well, but would you not also say that their division
they're frustrated this year?
Well, but their division is also the hardest it's been since they've had Russell. I mean, far and away this coming season, the Seahawks are going against more competition they have since they've gotten Russell. I mean,
I think the way I looked at their offseason moves, it seemed to me like they would never admit this out loud, but everyone in that division is like, all right, the Rams, this is the Rams division next year. We shouldn't even like bother with that. And the Seahawks, to me, finally seem to have said, all right, we're making this Russell Wilson's team. Let's go ahead and have a year where we start to reset that and move towards that for the future.
I think that's I hope that's what they're doing. I really do. I love Russell more than I love.
They have to. I mean, none of the moves make any sense unless that's the game plan there. I also would say too, their offensive line should actually be a lot better. It played a lot better the last.
It could not be worse. It could not be much worse.
I think it's not going to be bottom 5 this year. I think it'll be somewhere around 10 to bottom 10 to 15. But that's still like Russell's never had anything better than that. So
if they can get to okay, that's a huge improvement for him.
Well, I just think that people so undervalue, overestimate how good or bad offensive lines are. And the reality is that a lot of times the teams don't know what they have until they're in the game with the real offensive line. I mean, you can think in the offseason that, our line's melding well, you can't we've got all of our plays down. You can't rush the A, B, C gap, whatever. And then you get live and your line isn't as good or it's better than you think. And I think it's so hard to be like, well, they were good last year, so they have a good offensive line this year. This is not ever.
The thing that pisses me off with Seattle's line is everyone keeps saying like, oh, Pennies can't produce because the Seattle's offensive line. Like, where have you been the last 5 years? Look, Christine Michael was a beast for a few. Thomas Rawls looked like the next Marshawn Lynch behind an equally shitty offensive line. And then last year, Mike Davis. What's a running back run?
I think the
3
problem
of 5 weeks.
is that they just can't stay healthy because their offensive line is so bad. That's the problem. They just get smacked.
I just think the offensive line in Seattle, if it was Dallas, sure, they would probably have better production, but it's not. To me at this point, Pete Carroll knows how to work with that, and it doesn't, to me, say that's a reason why any of the running backs there should fail.
I just don't think that Seattle – I think with Russell, he is the most talented quarterback in the NFL with the least amount of talent around him. I don't mean he's the best quarterback in the NFL. I'm saying out of all the quarterbacks, he is far and away the most talented with the least amount.
This combination of talent and lack of talent.
Yeah, the talent to supporting cast ratio is off.
Yeah, right. And I love Doug Baldwin. I love Dougie B, but like that's it.
I mean, you look at that roster last year on offense, and you put any quarterback in the NFL besides Russell Wilson back there, they take probably twice as many sacks. But beyond that, the dude accounted for 80% of their yards and 36 of 37 touchdowns. Like,
well, I mean, it's hilarious to me that Russell still the people. I mean, if Cam Newton did what Russell did last year, we would be drafting Cam as the number 1 overall QB. We would be talking about how he is far and away underrated, but because Russell is 5'10", people act like he's not good. It doesn't make sense to me. I mean,
his last 4 years were quarterback 3, quarterback 3, quarterback 11 when he blew his MCL out and played through it. So whatever, and then quarterback 1. What do you want?
And with a
shit team to play with.
Oh, and I liked Lockett. I was a Lockett hype for a long time. He's another dude. He's not anything special. I think Tyrell Williams is better than Tyler Lockett, and I do not like Tyrell Williams.
Well, you may be right, but Lockett may also have a decent year this year just based on volume alone.
I think he's going to smash his ADP just because who the hell else is? I mean, Russell has nobody else to throw to.
Hey, Nick Vanette.
No, they got what's that? Ed Dixon. What's the
They brought in Ed Dixon, yeah.
Yeah.
And then they got Darbo and Marshall there as well.
I forgot about Darbo.
Well, they also got that rookie tight end who
Drisley. Or Disley. Will Disley.
Yeah.
He's a converted defensive end.
So what happened to JD McKissick then? What happened to McKissick?
He's still there.
He'll be the third down guy.
I thought he was good. Like, what happened? I thought.
Oh, he's just not. He's a below average scat back.
But I thought he was better than Chris Carson.
I don't know. Chris Carson looked pretty damn good those few games. But to me, I always take that with a grain of salt because he's now the 4th undrafted free agent in the last 4 years that's looked like a superstar with Pete Carroll. So
I still haven't given up hope on Eddie Lacy. So, dude, Fat Eddie, man, that's the saddest thing in my entire life that I took him over Le'Veon Bell in rookie drafts.
Oh
no,
dude,
it looked okay for a little bit,
dude. Everybody did. It wasn't just me. Everybody did. Eddie Lacy was a rookie of the year. It was a smart pick after 1 year.
Who you guys putting money on long term in Green Bay right now?
Running back wise,
long term.
None, zero.
None.
I don't think any of them is the long term answer.
For this year,
I think Williams is going to be the best value there.
I actually like Montgomery this year.
Yeah, I was just going to say I like Jones, so that was a productive conversation.
So, I mean, and I was at NFFC last weekend, and this is basically every time this conversation came up, I was just like, look, we're arguing about this, and it's probably going to end up being meaningless because they're all three there.
Well, but not just that.
How was NFFC?
It was great getting a lot of FaceTime with people. Got to spend a lot of time with guys like Fantasy Headliners, Mitchell Rentz, Dynasty Guru FF, just a bunch of people. So that was a blast. I got some FaceTime with Field too. That was fun. But overall, the player experience, most of them were obviously just not really wanting to be there. The only really cool part was the running back roundtable from a player standpoint.
That's cool.
And that's where you had like Chris Thompson just being the total hype man to Darius guys.
Oh, that's cool.
He was just like, dude, this guy's got it. And I'm like, all right, So Chris Thompson is like, Geis has his job, I have mine, and everyone else is screwed.
Which I believe. The only problem is that they don't have a receiver. But other than that,
I don't know, man. Paul Richardson's good, and I think Doxson's got all the upside in the world.
I'm all in on Crowder this year.
I've been taking Crowder. I've been taking Crowder all over the place. But
he's a great value this year for sure.
Well, Alex Smith and him, dude. I'm telling you, it's gonna be so great to see Jameson Crowder come in like 10 receptions, 77 yards, and a touchdown. That's like gonna be a very real. Like he might have like 2 games over 100 yards, but he's just gonna get crushed with targets. It's gonna be great.
Hey, one thing we can do real quick, and then I do need to get off in like 15 minutes because I have to do all the audio editing for our podcast. But now that we got him, I think it'd be kind of fun to go through here real quick and just look at our 4 teams and talk about it. Cool. You guys want to do that?
Sure.
I guess. My kid decided to get out of bed again, so we'll see how long this lasts. I got a little bit of quiet, but no promises that it'll last.
You guys have no idea how difficult this was drafting with Nick and AJ and Zach. So difficult.
Dude, I will never ever co-own a team with anyone again. Even though Eric and I are best friends and we agree like 90% of the time on our takes, it's like actually our number one feedback we've gotten from people on our podcast is like, you guys don't debate it enough. And we're like, well, we just don't like disagree on a lot of stuff. It's tough. We don't manufacture debates for the sake of it. But anyway, even still, I'll never do this again. I can't imagine having 4 people. I would kill myself. I would leave.
It was awful. It really was. Like, I knew it was going to be bad whenever we were on the first pick, and it took us a half hour to decide on Keenan Allen. And everybody liked Keenan Allen, and we all thought it was a good first pick, but we didn't know if we wanted to pick him. I'm like, what? What do you mean? We all agree it's a good pick. We like him.
Yeah, by about pick 10, I had completely just cut Dan and Hopper out. I was just running it.
Well, we started to rotate. We sped up once we started to rotate picks. Like, I'd go and 8 or whatever, and then towards the end, I just started picking everybody.
Like we kind of just realized after like a day or two that we're like, it's too cumbersome for us to try to organize our schedules when we're on the clock, discuss who the fuck we want, list all the players. So just like, you know what, screw it, I'm taking this over.
Well, that was the hardest part. Is that it's not the hard part isn't making a pick in 8 hours. The hard part is getting everybody together and talking about it in 8 hours. Like, that's the hard. We got to schedule a podcast a week in advance, so it was definitely hard. But whatever, it was an experience.
Yeah, it was definitely the most intense startup I've ever been a part of.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, who do we want to talk shit about first? Hateful Eight? We're all in the same division, so.
I like it.
Sure, so just do our division?
Yeah, I'm not going to pick me first because you can't talk shit about our team. It's so good. Let's see.
Actually, for a year 1 contender, I really like Hateful Eight.
Yeah. Dude, that's a solid starting lineup. There's not a lot I don't like there. I think this guy is being overrated a lot, but I also think he's overrated a lot.
Oh, I can't see your screen, so who are you circling?
Yeah.
Oh, am I not sharing my screen right now?
No, you're not.
Oh, I'm an idiot.
Right up your nose.
I just see you talking.
Yeah.
No, but on the YouTube, it's sharing my screen.
No, I see it. I see your screen.
I see it, and there's a little thing down here, but I can't see what you're.
Oh, here we go.
There we go.
You got to click on it.
How about that
There
one?
we go.
Yep.
Is that better?
Yeah, he presents it.
Idiot.
Right.
So who's overrated?
I think that Jimmy Graham is super overrated this year.
I agree.
I think he's also a little overrated, but not in a bad way. Nothing wrong with Deion Lewis in the flex. I've seen people drafting him as a running back 1, and it doesn't make sense to me.
As a 1, I want him as a 2 or a flex.
Yeah. That's right.
I want Devontae Freeman as my RB2. That's what I want.
That's
Trey Boo Boo.
It's a rough week 8 for him though.
I don't know. I think it was JJ Zachariason had an article about bye weeks and how about it basically was arguing that you're really better off to have one big week where you take all your bye week hit.
Take the guaranteed loss and get it out of the way.
Instead of taking a bunch of chunks. Oh yeah.
All right, this is what I would say about Hateful Eight. I think your starting lineup is one of the best in the league. If anyone gets injured, though,
they're boned.
Yeah, that's what I would say.
Yeah, their draft fell apart a little bit they did not draft depth real well.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, who's our y'all's teams? You got Cleat Geets, Beerfield,
NPO.
Oh shit, my bad.
You're good.
For some reason, I thought you were talking about how long it took to draft, and I just assumed it was NPO.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought you just
Or I assumed it was 8.8. Excuse me, sorry. Did you guys ever get mad at us? We couldn't tell if we angered any of your members because we were talking so much shit.
Who, us?
Yeah.
Dude, we're always angry. Like you're not gonna upset us. Like we just stay upset. It's kind of our thing.
All right. Well, who cares about Hateful Eight? Where's NPO?
I agree. NPO at the very bottom.
All right.
There we go. Duke. See, they hated me. They hated me for taking Duke there.
That running back situation's a little bit of a clusterfuck right now.
Yeah, I
love Duke's skill set though,
but I really like our receiver.
I love your flexes. That's sexy flexy.
Yeah, Hilton and Thielen especially.
I think that this is obviously a flex play. You're just being cute.
Yeah.
Actually, I really wouldn't even think about it. Yeah. It's actually really what it was is it's July, and I'm not concerned about my starting roster that much.
Hey, Joe Flacco won me a championship last year.
So. Joe Flacco is one of my favorite late round quarterbacks right now.
The elite dragon.
I love Thompson on the bench.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I like Foreman too, man. Foreman for where we got him. So I know he's hurt. He's not going to start the season. I know that, but he's going to do something. Like their running back situation, it doesn't make sense to me. Everybody loves Fuller. Everybody loves Hopkins. Everybody loves Deshaun Watson, but nobody loves either of their running backs. And I'm like, so they're going to score a lot of touchdowns. They're going to be around the goal line a lot, but you don't like their running backs.
I'm going to argue with this. I don't like Fuller, and I'm all in on Miller this year, but where he's being drafted.
Miller.
Kiki Cootie's going to have a better year than Fuller. Hot take.
Hopper agrees with you. Hopper bet Dan that he's going to finish with more points than Fuller.
All right. Speaking of bets, Eric and I on our podcast, we've now that we're like debating rankings and everything, we're doing we'll probably have 40 different bets this year, but each bet loser donates $2 to Fantasy Cares. And the two we did, the first was who's going to finish this year higher, Melvin Gordon or Christian McCaffrey?
Oh, God. Give me Melvin all day.
Gordon.
Melvin all day.
Thanks. Who's going to finish higher, David Johnson or Le'Veon Bell?
Johnson.
Yeah. I'm going DJ. I mean, I took him over Bell.
Flip a coin.
I went with Bell on that one. The Gordon one for me was, I thought it was like
that's
taking money from a baby.
Johnson's my
CJA is about to hurt a lot of feelings this year. A lot of CMC drivers are going to be hurt by CJA. That's for sure.
I traded out my only McCaffrey share with a pick on top of it to go grab Keenan Allen, and I'm happy I did so.
I traded out last year of what would have been Christian McCaffrey and ended up getting Kareem Hunt and Alvin Kamara. And I know whatever. People talk about their shit all the time, and I hate it when people do that. But, like, I did that, and whenever I did it at that time, I was just like, you idiot. Why would you want Christian McCaffrey instead of Kareem Hunt and Alvin Kamara?
Hey,
I still think that.
How long are you going to hold Jeremy Hill?
Until he gets cut?
What do you mean? I'm going to hold him whenever Mike Gillisley gets hurt, and then Jeremy Hill ends up scoring like 12 touchdowns this year. That's when I'll drop him.
Dude, you're tight. You have a tight end squad.
Yeah, I don't really know what happened there.
I mean, I love Shaheen. I love Goddard.
It's not like you have bad players there. Shaheen, Goddard,
Gathers and Swoop might not be worth much, but
give me 1 second.
Yeah, I don't really.
15 seconds.
I think what happened there was basically we took one of my least favorite tight end prospects for this year. Oh no, I thought we went Olsen. We didn't get Olsen. Just kidding.
No, you have Olsen. He's in your starting lineup.
He's in my starting lineup. There he is. Yeah, we took Olsen, and I really hated that because we had to, it's a contract league, and I much would have rather waited and taken Shaheen or Brait or whatever. So then we just ended up taking a later tight end as well. But yeah, I think we just got so many receivers that we just have to basically wait and just hit on a running back. If we're going to win the league, we got to hit on an RB or two. I mean, but that's anybody, I guess.
I mean, you got Cook. That's a good start.
Yeah, didn't like that pick either. We argued the hell out of that pick. We argued because Zach, our guy, is a Vikings fan. So he wanted to take Cook. And he's like, it's not because I'm a Vikings fan. And we're like, well, isn't it?
I like Dalton.
Yeah.
I did too. I just think it's ADP. He's being drafted at the ceiling, is what I think. I don't
think you're wrong there, but I like him as a player. I mean, I can't see what else you have going on up there. I mean, I guess I could log in on my other screen, but I'm lazy.
We have Dalvin Cook and Duke Johnson as our RB2 so it's Dalvin Cook, Duke Johnson, Chris Thompson. Those are basically our 3 best running backs. So and
then when Jerick McKinnon gets hurt this year, it'll be Matt Breida and Joe Williams.
And we have Matt Breida, so there we go.
Yeah, I grabbed Joe Williams, so.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, I still think, and call me crazy, maybe it's just because I've been playing him for years and years and years, but I think Darren Sproles is going to contribute in that offense too. I think he's going to be a decent little PPR back again, just because it's Darren Sproles. He's going to be.
He'll get enough volume to be interesting, especially in return yard leagues. I know he's going for the record.
Well, but
you know what it's going to be? He's going to give you 2 or 3 really good weeks. He'll be like DFS level play. He's not going to be a guy you'll be able to say, you know what? I got some bye weeks. Let me plug in Darren Sproles. No, you're not going to know when those weeks are coming.
No, for sure. But I think that he's still going to be worth rostering, just in the sense of like all of a sudden he's going to pop off and have like 2 touchdowns one week, and everybody's going to be like,
and in a 32 roster league, definitely.
Oh yeah. Well, best ball, I'd probably want him. Stick him on the bench.
I've been taking him in some late round best ball leagues. I'm basically anytime I take a Jai, I'm trying to pair him with Sproles late.
It's not a bad idea.
I don't know. I try not to pair running backs just because it really limits your upside. But
dude, I love a Jai this year.
I can't get on him. I just can't see it. I cannot see a scenario.
All right, so here's how I would explain my stance on it. Same reason I love Royce Freeman this year is just simply volume. I think that he's going to get a lot of volume.
I just don't know that that's the case. I mean, I like a Jai. I like him well enough. But I don't know Philadelphia, man. I just still think we're going to be seeing that running back by committee. I mean, I grabbed Smallwood and stuck him on my bench, just like, hey, maybe somebody gets hurt, whatever.
I don't think Smallwood makes the team.
They're going to carry 4 running backs.
I think it might be Pumphrey.
You think
or
so?
Adams.
Well, I don't know. Ronnie loves Josh Adams.
I just think
oh my god, he's the Josh Allen of running backs.
They know that Ajayi is basically got he 1 year, 2 years left.
No, they're going to drive the wheels off him. That's why I'm wondering if he makes it through the entire season.
Yeah.
I mean he's never had injury problems consistently. He's nicked up like any other running back would, but
he just got.
Well, didn't he have that microfracture surgery in college?
Yeah, he has a knee that's made of glass.
Well, yeah. Besides the no cartilage,
literally a time bomb.
But that's what I mean. Like you just run him into the ground for 2 years and then abandon ship.
But it's much easier to say that than it is to actually do it. It's easy to say that about anybody, but whenever you get hit twice by an offensive or a defensive lineman, it's not. I mean,
he doesn't have to get hit. It could be a non-contact thing.
True, very true.
How many knee injuries do you see that way?
I don't think they want to go in and just give him all the carries, because if he goes in and gets hurt, well, then they're even more screwed. I mean, I don't know. I don't think the Eagles. I think we're going to see regression in the Eagles. They're not going to be for fantasy what everybody thinks they were. I really, really don't believe that. I think you're going to have a lot more value and a lot more. You're going to be better off selecting, Rams players or whatever than you are Eagles players.
You're probably not wrong on that.
Yeah, Jeff, I'm looking at your roster now.
I see it.
This guy.
Well, I know how you love him.
Well, everyone's freaking out about him now. Like Tomlin's coming out. I love him just because I love him, but
he's been my number 1 receiver forever.
I think he made Mason Rudolph look good in college.
Absolutely did.
Everyone talked about Mason Rudolph's deep ball and how great it was, and all I kept seeing was James Washington having to slow down and readjust to the ball,
dude.
And then score a touchdown.
If James Washington had a 4.2 speed, he would be like Steve Smith. Is literally what he would be like.
Jeff, I'll give you $25 if you start Johnny Manziel when you play us.
We'll see what our rosters look like that week.
Just in case anybody's wondering, I can be bought. So, and it's really not very much. So if you're looking to throw some cash around anybody, if you're looking to buy a championship, I'm your guy. And I'll lie too. I'm really good at it.
Perfect.
Really good at it. Mm-hmm.
I think you got a good starting lineup as well.
Yeah, the bench was a little hit and miss, but I really like the CJA pick.
I don't know how I feel about Moncrief.
I don't love Moncrief and Pettis there starting.
I love Pettis.
I love Pettis, and here's the thing: Moncrief's going to see some looks this year. I mean, somebody's going to see some looks there.
But
maybe it's Moncrief, maybe it's Chark, maybe it's somebody else.
I'm not going to argue with you on Moncrief. I actually like him for his value a lot. But how is Dante Pettis going to get a lot of fantasy work over?
Dude, he's going to be the slot receiver for Jimmy G.
I think he's going to dethrone Trent Taylor.
He's absolutely not going to be the slot receiver for Jimmy G. Pierre Garçon is 100% going to be the slot receiver for Jimmy G.
No.
Pierre's
going to be wide receiver. Pierre's X.
Pierre Garçon is
Goodwin
Larry
will be
Fitzgerald.
Y.
He is Larry Fitzgerald light, is what he is. He's a fantastic route runner. He's got good hands, but he's not a burner. I mean, Pettis is okay, but like, I think Pierre Garçon is a wide receiver 1 in that offense, pretty clearly.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I look at Pettis the same way I look at Cootie. The big difference, though, is on our league, we do have kick return yardage and points, and Pettis is arguably the best kick returner of the class. I don't think he is, but it's arguable. But he's an incredible route runner.
A couple things to remember, though. They traded up to go get him, number 1. So you got to look at that. Number 2, Garçon, he's probably done after this year, at the latest after 2019. So I'm always thinking 3 years ahead. They didn't trade up in the second round to go grab Pettis to not have him be one of Jimmy G's key guys. Kittle is an injury risk on any given play. Goodwin, though a burner, Olympic class speed and all that kind of stuff, will be great on the outside. He's never going to command the lion's share of the targets again like he did at the end of last year. It's going to end up falling to Pettis by default.
See, I don't think that people are giving Marquise Goodwin enough credit for how he actually played football last year. Like,
he played great.
He really improved his route running. I mean, everything he significantly. I mean, I think that whether it was Sean McVay or whoever, you know, when he was with the Rams, he improved there, and I think we saw him take a step forward. And I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility that he continues what he was doing. And you know, he can't be that burner forever. But Jimmy G is a huge question mark as well. And like, I'm not so sure that he can sustain as many fantasy players as we really think either. I mean,
I don't think most of those receivers are worth a shit. I think, and I'm a Niners fan, so full disclosure, so I'm a 49er fan.
Okay.
I look at Jimmy G and I see a guy who he's a better version of Alex Smith. He throws really safe passes. He doesn't throw the ball into coverage very often.
Thank
and I'm
you so much.
good with
I
that.
love that comp. People want to say he's Peyton Manning. People want to say he does not have a huge arm. He's not that
most
guy.
overrated player in football heading into 2018.
Well, and here's the thing. I love the kid. I think he's worth the money. I think he's worth everything that we're giving him and all that, because I would rather have that guy not turning the football over and getting the ball to Dante Pettis, to Marquise Goodwin, to Jerick McKinnon, and letting them go do what they do. Look at Alex Smith last year. He made a fantasy living based on just dumping short passes and letting those guys go to town.
That's how he's made his gold every year.
Yeah. Excuse me, guys.
What's up, kiddo? What?
So this is what I would say about
Hey, baby.
Joel, if we're talking about Pettis, I'm not saying this like I know better than anyone, but I did at the beginning of this year when Eric and I launched the ER and everything. Our first 4 months was 100% rookie analysis, and I probably spent 3 hours. I think maybe 3 or 4 hours. One of the, at least to get to the point, one of the guys that I spent the most time watching tape on was Dante Pettis, and he is a player that is probably never going to be an X receiver. But hold on, I'm gonna fucking mute that.
That's what I'm looking forward to here come March.
But anyway, what I was going to say is I think that he is at the very minimum going to be a very good wide receiver. I think he can play in the slot. He's an incredible special teams player. His route running is almost perfect, and he's got good hands. I think that the big thing is he just needs to put on a few pounds. He got that Will Fuller, like Skeletor look to him, but I think he's good.
I think he's a good player. It's not that I don't think he's a good player. I think
opportunity.
Yeah, exactly. I think Pierre Garçon is a fantastic receiver. I think route running wise, hands, everything. Like I said, my best the way I like to talk about him is Larry Fitzgerald light, especially in the sense of people are just criminally undervaluing him. And you can get him for free right now. And Marquise Goodwin's actually going before him, even in redraft, which makes no sense to me. I just think that, Pettis, absolutely, he has a chance to be the guy. I just don't see it being this year by any means, I mean, especially because, Goodwin was good. I thought he was legit last year. I thought he actually was running a route tree. He wasn't just running fades. He wasn't just running streaks. I mean, whenever you see him run an out route and he catches the ball on the sideline, you're like, is that Marquise Goodwin? I thought, Jesus. I thought he can only run down the sideline. That just scared the shit out of me, by the way. Holy shit, that dog's good. Stop.
Nick, so Eric and I went through all the rosters and just obsessed over them for a few days after the startup, especially after the rookie draft now. It's no offense to NPO or Cook Geeks or anyone. I'm not saying this to anyone team is bad. But our favorite two teams, obviously outside of our own, is we thought yours and John's football diehards were our two favorite long-term rosters.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very happy with it, especially some of the depth picks we got. I'm stoked.
Yeah. I mean, this right here, Juju, Dynasty asset, Jim. Thomas, Jim. Fournette, Jim. Freeman, very well could be. Russell, stud. Njoku, I think he's going to be a Jim. Jones, whatever, but that's your flex. So, no knock. Matthews, I think he'll be fine, but not a long-term option.
Rashard Matthews, a.k.a. Tennessee wide receiver 1. That's what you meant.
But
he's teaching Corey Davis how to run routes right now, man.
Nobody needs to teach Corey Davis how to run routes.
Rashard Matthews does. He did it better than him last year. So
I think my thing, I love Corey Davis, and I think that it is so important to recognize, which I know you guys do, but that dude missed all of preseason as a rookie at wide receiver, which is a slow developing position on a team whose quarterback also missed the entire offseason as well. I just that whole year to me did not matter for Corey Davis. And I think that
with a terrible offensive coaching system.
Yeah. And
I love Corey Davis. I just think people are so quick to discount just because somebody wasn't a high prospect, just because somebody isn't a big name like Rashard Matthews.
Oh, I love Matthews.
You can't take away I watched him play football. He was the best receiver on that team.
I think that they're going to draft another receiver next year, and it's going to end up being Corey Davis and that receiver, and Matthews is going to get faded out over time. But
I think
you don't draft Matthews thinking, all right, I've got a guy for 5 years anyway.
No, absolutely not.
This guy is my heartbreaker of the entire class, obviously, as a Tennessee fan. I think your bench is really good too. I think this guy you could probably fucking cut. This is my favorite pick of your entire team so far.
Gallup. I think he should be in that flex.
I think you should put him in the flex.
Dede.
Yeah.
You mean over Malachi Dupree?
Dude, I think Dede Westbrook has a legit shot of being cut from the Jags this year. That is a real.
They're not. They can't though. They invested too much in him last year.
What did they invest in him?
Fourth round pick.
He's a 4th round pick. He's cuttable. No, contractually, he's certainly cuttable.
You're right.
That's what I'm saying.
And he's unbelievably cheap right now. He's going to be. His contract's what, $300,000 a year.
I'll pay you $25 if you start Nathan Peterman when we play.
I just think Dede.
You might be starting quarterback in week 1.
Hey guys, I gotta hop off. I've got an issue with the not sleeping, so
no worries.
Later.
So, but you missed the best part. We got Hunter Henry on IR.
Oh, that makes sense.
Awesome.
All right, guys. I'll see you later. It was fun.
See you.
All right.
Later, guys.
Peace. Are you getting off, Nick? Nah, he is. Well, if you're still watching, we're leaving.